How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, we start with horrible news. I saw this last night as it was breaking.
Yeah.
An American Airlines flight from Wichita, Kansas collided with an Army Black Hawk helicopter and plunged into the Potomac River last night. The crash happened near Ronald Reagan National Airport in Arlington. The jet had 60 passengers on board, including several U.S. figure skaters and coaches, including 2 world champions. Had a crew of 4, and on the helicopter, there were 3 soldiers. They're saying it was a training mission. Here are some comments from a press conference that happened this morning around 1 a.m. You're going to hear different people speaking.
This evening at 8:48, an alert was sounded, initiating a large regional response to a report of an aircraft crash on approach to the airport. At 8:58, the first units arrived on the scene and found an aircraft in the water and began rescue operations. This incident has grown. There's currently about 300 responders working, so it's a highly complex operation. The conditions out there are extremely rough.
You know, when one person dies, it's a tragedy, but when many, many, many people die, it's an unbearable sorrow. It's a heartbreak beyond measure. It's really hard when you lose probably over 60 Kansans simultaneously, and I don't want to forget the pilots and the flight attendants and the military personnel we lost. You know, all those lives are so valuable, and it is such a tragedy that we lost them. Certainly we're crushed in spirit tonight. We mourn with the families who lost loved ones, and thank you for your thoughts and your prayers.
That's a horrible way to go.
Yes.
Especially if you're alive on the way down.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if on impact, you're out.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just think about, like, if you're alive on the way down.
Yeah.
That's a long way down.
Yes, it is.
Ugh. Reports are they recovered 19 bodies. And they're cutting off all flights to that airport, so that could affect you here in Connecticut.
Yeah. There's some skaters. I wonder how young, how old these skaters were.
Oh, they're all very young.
Yeah.
You don't see any 60-year-old skaters.
I'm just, wondering,
there's no 60-year-olds
for
on
Olympics,
the U.S. Olympic team.
Like training for Olympics. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, what's the range?
Yeah.
It's like teenager to maybe you're in your 30s pushing it.
Right.
But
like we think athletes could be like some like skating troupe or something like that. Or whatever. I just, you were skaters. I'm just curious.
U.S. figure skaters.
Wow. Okay, so wow. So
Olympics.
Top athletes, yeah.
Right.
Oh, that sucks.
It blows.
Yeah.
Figure skating. That's
yeah.
Not easy.
No.
Especially when you start picking up people.
Yeah.
Not easy.
Can't even stand on skates.
No, I tried it.
Yeah, you mastered it. You got up there.
Master is not the word I would use.
You at least traveled down the ice. I saw you. I witnessed it myself.
Would feel horrible for them.
Yeah.
What a bummer.
Yeah, the poor servicemen also.
No
training
kidding.
Mission.
Training mission. Yeah. Did anybody see the hearing with Robert Kennedy Jr. yesterday?
I didn't see it now.
It's a clips of it.
Yeah, me too. You can't watch the whole thing. Yeah. One side's trying to burn him down. The other one's trying to put him up. And this is how every hearing goes.
They make me angry. That's why I don't watch. It's like there's people who are deliberately trying to be assholes.
Can't someone just act normal?
Yeah.
Like, I have legitimate questions.
Like an
I'm not
interview.
going to cut you off.
Yeah.
And
like a job interview. Just ask questions.
right.
The answers.
Sound like you're
Thank you.
interested in a good result.
Right.
Not in burning the person down or putting the... it's such an extreme. You're either burning them or you're kissing
Praising
their ass
them,
so
yeah.
bad. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's like you're not doing your job either. By the way, you're not helping.
Yeah, neither one.
Ask some probing questions.
Just be normal.
And then his voice is like...
That's why I can't listen to it.
Oh, my God.
It's impossible to listen
More
to.
fiber?
He sounded extra bad yesterday.
More gravelly?
Like, I've heard him give speeches. I'm like, okay, he doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah.
Yesterday was bad.
Wow.
It was bad.
And shot of whiskey. What happened?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What is that? That's some kind of condition, right?
I'm assuming.
Yeah. No, it is.
Yeah.
I heard it yesterday. Someone was talking about it.
Yeah.
And
I think towards the tail end, Teddy started getting kind of it. When he was like announcing Obama and stuff like that. Yeah, I started like this a little bit. Hey, maybe it's a Kennedy thing. I don't know.
I don't understand what you're
Teddy
saying.
at the end before he died. I remember when he
He had a
announced
brain
Obama,
tumor.
He had a little bit of that gravelly thing going on too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Doesn't RFK also have some kind of brain issues? Like I kept hearing all these people saying that he's got brain worms or something. I don't know.
He
what
said that.
He did.
He told everyone that.
He has said a lot of weird things.
Right. From eating something. Wasn't it the tuna fish? He loves tuna fish.
I know.
Yeah. Well, brain worms make you do that.
Yeah. Brain worms. Chaz and AJ.
Good morning.
Hey.
Listen, yeah, I feel the same way. Like, it's hard to listen to him, but I don't know what his issue is. But anyway, the Democrats are really giving him a hard time because they're pissed because he wasn't Democrat.
I know. I don't need to go through it all.
Right.
I think we just kind of covered that.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So here's a clip from the hearing.
I don't want to take food away from anybody. If you like a cheeseburger, a McDonald's cheeseburger, or a Diet Coke, which my boss loves, and you should be able to get them. If you want to eat Hostess Twinkies, you should be able to do that. But you should know what the impacts are on your family and on your health.
Oh, it's just.
He's something on the old-fashioned belt thing that people used to lose the weight. That thing they wrapped around them, they shook.
Right.
He's one of those.
Yeah, you stand there.
Right. They wrap a rubber belt around you. That was supposed to shake the fat off of you.
I have no idea
What a
yet.
dumb invention that was, but
Yep.
we bought it.
Yep.
It's kind of like he's slowly metamorphosizing into Katharine Hepburn.
Right.
Oh yeah, that voice is just. To me, it's like if you want to hear what it would sound like if a human being drank Drano.
Yeah.
Right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the RFK the book series? He reads you.
Oh, he reads books.
The audio.
Yeah, he's in really great shape.
Physically, yeah.
Yeah,
Physically, yeah.
his voice not so much, but
no, yeah,
he's jacked.
yeah,
What's he like? 71.
yeah. Good
He could
shape.
do like a zillion pull-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a book out about Fauci.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He says, gee.
Yeah. It says he's done some pretty bad things
I wouldn't doubt it.
during AIDS,
I wouldn't doubt it.
during COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like right now, well, he was revered. Remember, they was gonna they made him like the sexiest man or something like that.
Who, Fauci?
Fauci, yeah, he won sexiest man.
We are the dumbest species.
it really
I
is.
swear to God.
We really
like
are.
Deer are smarter.
We really are.
Really?
Yep.
Why is he Why was he sexy?
Right. Because
Short, big ears,
Right.
stupid voice.
Right. Because he saved the world.
Yeah, he didn't save the world.
He did, Dick.
All right. Yesterday, we had Mayor Erin Stewart from New Britain on. She recently announced that she's exploring running for governor. All right, let's talk to someone who we've known for a long time. We talked to her right after she became the youngest mayor ever in Connecticut.
Yeah.
And I spoke at her inauguration, and then I spoke at one of her mayoral balls, and we've been friends for a long time. She made a big announcement yesterday. She's on the show now. Former mayor of New Britain, Erin Stewart. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm still the mayor until November.
Right.
Oh, you are?
Right.
Yeah. I
Okay,
miss you
good.
guys. It's been so long.
Seriously.
Well, big announcement yesterday, huh?
Big news. I filed an exploratory committee to run for governor of Connecticut. Here we
Nice.
go again, guys.
All
Here
right,
we go.
Why exploratory? That allows you to raise money and kind of test the waters?
It does. It allows you to test the waters to see if your candidacy is viable or not, right? Don't forget, I ran for governor in 2018. I was unsuccessful in my effort. I learned a lot along the way, so I'm doing it right this time. Starting off exploring, we're going to take the next 10 months or so to truly see if I've got what it takes to raise the money, to garner the support, and then by this fall, we'll make a decision about whether or not to file a full-blown candidate committee or not.
What's the difference between you and what we have now?
everything.
Okay.
As simple as that, plain and simple. You know, I'm a mayor of an urban center in the state of Connecticut. I'm somebody who brings a fresh perspective. I'm talking about a new generation of leadership, not part of the good old boys network that's been running the show up there for a very long time and who don't listen to what the working class needs of Connecticut are. I am working class Connecticut. My family and I are struggling just like everybody else to pay our bills, to get through here. I know what we're going through. And I think that's going to be the biggest difference, that I just come from a different world.
Nice.
What do you think the governor has done in what will be the last 8 years that deserves firing?
Well, he closed all of our businesses. He put people out of business. He has still people working, from their basements. He's done a lot. Not only that, Connecticut continues to be unaffordable, and costs keep going up and up and up. And I don't care how much you want to talk about lowering taxes or whatever he thinks that he's been doing. My bills have been going up. Your bills have been going up. And that's the biggest problem.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
And I think that my track record here in New Britain is going to be able to show people, especially in urban areas, that I know and understand what they're going through. And I'm going to make real meaningful change to help them too.
Yeah, I think you have a good case to make. And I think they may shoot themselves in the foot because, the governor's been saying, hey, you immigrants are being chased out of other states. You're welcome here.
Yeah.
And what happened in those 7 swing states that Trump won, their systems got overrun. Their hospitals, their schools, everything got overrun to where it was like, hey, man, you're not for us anymore.
I'm going to tell you something right now. When I look out my window in my urban city in Connecticut and I still see homeless people, and I know that I have American children that are going to school hungry, there's a problem, and we're not prioritizing homeless veterans. We're not prioritizing the needs of our people before we should be prioritizing the needs of people who shouldn't be here in the first place.
Who do you think on the Republican side might jump in?
There's going to be, I'm sure there will be a few. Exact names right now, I don't know. They've been talking about Bob Stefanowski again. They've been talking about, certain state senators who may be thinking about it. But I haven't heard of anyone for sure one way or the other.
This is Bob.
Hey, Bob, it's Chaz. You're on the air.
Chaz?
Yes.
I'm just getting off an elevator. Yeah, what's up?
Hey, you're on the air. Is that okay?
Hi, everybody.
Hey, I was wondering if you were planning on running for governor.
Talk about putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
I would say I'm undecided. I'm going to let you and AJ make the decision.
Oh, don't do that.
You don't want that.
To be candid, I go back and forth. I know Erin announced yesterday.
She's on the phone now if you want to say hi to her.
That's okay.
He's busy. You guys are busy.
All right, I won't conference you in.
Yeah.
I'd like to wait and see what Ned does, to be honest with you. I think if he runs again, I think it's going to be hard.
All right, I'm going to let you get back to whatever you're doing. Thank you for coming on.
Okay.
Well, you're right. He's a possibility, it sounds like.
Told you.
Yep.
It's like he didn't want to say hi.
Sitting with their arms folded. I told you.
You rock, girl.
All right, you should come in at some point and take some questions.
Yes.
I'm in. I'm all for it. I'm going to come down to the studio.
I'll behave.
We'll set it up.
Thank you, guys. We'll talk soon. Aaron for CT.com.
You'll behave? Is that what you closed the interview with? I'll behave.
Yeah. I find it helps the guests.
Right. It helps. It encourages them to come in.
Right.
All right. The top 10 bites seen in the emergency room.
Bites.
Top 10 bites. 203-882-9757. Dr. Ron Clark doing the list. Chaz and AJ in the morning. 99.1 PLR. It's the Bob Stefanowski mix.
It was needed that.
I was wondering if you were planning on running for governor. Top 10 bites seen in the ER. Dr. Ron Clark, Associate Chief of Emergency Medicine, the Hospital Central Connecticut, author of Surviving the Emergency Room, doing the list today. 203-882-9757. Mike and Derby.
Good morning, guys.
Hey.
Hey, morning, doctor. I'm going to go with a spider bite.
Yep, spider bite is on the list. It's my number 9. So we do have spider bites in Connecticut, and sometimes they can cause some nasty wounds. There are 2 kinds of spider bites that are important in emergency medicine. One's the black widow spider bite, which can make you really sick.
How often do you see that a lot?
The black widow, no. The black widow spider bites usually have a neurotoxin, so they make people very sick. They almost poison them as far as their nerves go.
Yeah.
Brown recluse spider bites, yes, and they're the ones that have a little violin on their thorax area, and those ones can cause a nasty wound just because they have a cytotoxin. They basically kill your cells and can cause these like very deep, kind of terrible looking wounds.
Like it rots the flesh around it.
Yeah.
It rots the flesh around
So
it.
gross.
The spider's trying to basically dissolve you.
Yes.
So, and they can get these big, open, nasty wounds from brown recluse spider bites. A lot of times people don't even realize that they're bitten when they get that, and they can be very nasty. Usually need surgical consultation, and sometimes we call it like wound debridement, where you have to like cut out the dead tissue that the spider bite caused.
I thought I was the only brown recluse in Connecticut.
It's Dan Brown. He's very recluse.
How often do you see that in the emergency room?
So the brown recluse, I wouldn't say often, but like maybe like every other month kind of thing, that they come in, like the really bad ones that come into the ER. People get bit by brown recluse all the time.
Yeah.
And, if it's a little like a small ulceration like in your hand or your leg or wherever the spider bit you, it's fine. But if it starts opening up where it looks like the crater on the moon, then you have problems.
Yeah.
My friend
Angelo had one.
My friend, seven of those damn things got him.
Yeah.
7
Oh my
at once.
gosh.
They like jumped his ass.
Yep,
Went to get some firewood in.
That's where you normally find them.
That's where they are. They're in the firewood piles.
Yep.
And then you put your hand in there to get a piece of wood, and they bite you. And a lot of times people don't even realize they're bitten until their skin starts to dissolve.
That's the thing. Yeah, you have no idea. That little bastard that bit me that time, that hobo spider, I had no idea. I got the chills and everything. I'm like, it's August, and I'm freezing. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And all of a sudden, my whole arm turns like a big purple tube.
Oh my God.
Yep. That's what happens.
And then Bob started laughing.
Bob Stefanowski thinks it's funny.
And it was a hobo spider?
A hobo. Yeah,
hobo
like
spider.
a hat and a cigar.
Yeah.
Why? What's with all these names? Recluse,
I don't know,
hobo.
it's just tiny
It's all
little
different
thing.
kinds.
Yeah.
The crack addict spiders out there.
It's the spiders that don't
The
want to
Black
work.
Widow.
It's the spiders that don't want to work.
Jen in Hartford.
Hi, I'm going to say a bite to the penis.
Oh my.
From what? What kind of
what
thing?
bit it?
Humans?
Yes, from a human.
Okay, human bites is on my list, and it is my number 1 on there. It has actually happened before. I've actually taken care of people with that particular injury. We get a lot of what we call fight bites, which are the human bites.
All right.
Most of them are fight bites because you punch somebody and you punch them in the mouth, and their teeth accidentally bite the person's hand. And that's called a fight bite. The problem with humans is our mouths are dirtier than almost anything else.
I heard them.
We have something called Eikenella corrodens in our mouth, a type of bacteria that can cause a very nasty infection. Fight bites are very common. I take care of like one a month easily. Sometimes worse. Sometimes people's hands can get really swollen from the bites, and like I've had people whose hand looks like a catcher's mitt because they haven't come in for treatment. A lot of times, most of the time, they're guys. They don't want to come to the ER. They don't want medical care until it gets so bad that they basically have to come in, and pus dripping out of their fingers and knuckles and stuff like that.
Yeah, when you
It's
got
pretty bad.
all of a sudden you got a Hulk fist.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, Jen.
they can get bad, literally like a catcher's mitt.
Jen,
Yes.
why did you say penis?
I was an EMT.
Oh,
Yep.
Gotcha.
So she's been there before. She knows the deal.
right.
There's a lot of stuff.
I
that
thought you had a
EMTs
story.
Right. Right. Usually it's her.
All right. All right. Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
All
Good
right.
morning, guys.
Good
Have a
morning.
good day.
Be
Good
safe
morning,
out there.
too. Top 10 bites seen in the ER. Beefman.
Hey guys,
Hey.
I'm sure dog bites got to be on there. I've been bitten by dogs many times.
Yeah, dog bites are very common, and again, we see like at least one a week in the emergency room I work in. Common. The stray dog goes up to somebody, or you're over someone's house, and their own dog bites you protectively, and generally it's on the arms and hands and legs, are usually what gets injured, and they can cause pretty deep puncture wounds and lacerations. Depending on the dog, they can cause a lot of damage, sometimes even fractures and things that can happen too, because the dog's jaws are pretty strong. But yeah, that's number 2 on my list.
And your name is Beef Man. The dog is going for a taste. I smelled you coming 3 blocks away.
That's right.
Here comes a brisket.
Those are the big dogs coming at me. The Rottweilers, those are the Shepherds, those are tough.
Beef Man.
All right, Beefman.
Change your name.
Yeah, that's, why wouldn't a dog bite a giant
Seriously.
Beefman?
Seriously.
I don't know if I'm tasty or not to them, but anyway.
A giant snack.
He's a bit tougher than Kibbles and Bits, man.
All right, Beefman, thank you. Michelle in Hamden.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How about snake bites?
Snake bites.
Snake bites is number 7 on the list. So, there's venomous and non-venomous snakes that Connecticut has. We have rattlesnakes, so occasionally we have to take care of people with rattlesnake bites. But yeah, snakes are another one where most of the snakes that are poisonous, there are other ones that their poison basically tries to digest you as well. So similar to the spider we were talking about earlier with the brown recluse, a lot of the rattlesnake bites, they have a cytotoxin that basically dissolves your tissues as well, and they can cause very nasty anaphylactic reactions, allergic reactions, damage to tissues, airway problems for me. It's not super common for the rattlesnake bites, but we do get a few a year, and we have something called Crofab, which is our antivenom. It's very expensive, like $50,000 expensive. So
whoa,
damn. That's
so
for one person,
yeah,
one
for
bite.
one person for the vials of it. Yeah, it's our antivenom we have for rattlesnake, all the Crotalid. The rattlesnake.
Why is it so expensive? Because you'll pay anything if you're dying?
Pretty much, and yeah.
How do you make that?
You got to get on that, Phil.
Why aren't we making that?
Yeah,
exactly.
You milk a snake.
Exactly, but yeah,
Phil,
they
didn't
can
we have
cause damage.
someone
a lot
on
of times
who
it's
was-
people's own pets that can cause, like people have pet rattlesnakes and they're feeding it and it bites them. I've had that before. I've had
I
them
don't
in the
understand a
woods
pet
get bit.
rattlesnake.
Give Mom a
Yeah.
kiss, baby.
I wonder how much snake anti-venom is used on the people who milk the venom.
Right.
Well, exactly, and this is like a reconjugated Crofab. It's called. It's like a genetically engineered thing, which is why I think it's so expensive as far as the antivenom goes.
Got it.
Yep.
All right, that's a little above my.
What do we have? We had a guy on that was bit by
He
one.
made headlines. Yeah, so Dr. Clark was saying it's a rare occurrence. This guy was in a medically induced coma. He saw the snake in the road, and the original story, I think, was that he was trying to help move the snake along, and he, poked it, and it turned around and bit him, and then he said that's not what happened. He was helping somebody else, I think, and then the snake just bit his hand, and he didn't realize how bad it was at first, and then... when it's out of control, it's way out of control.
Yeah.
If I see a rattlesnake, I'm going to be like, I don't care if you're in the road. Like, you got to work this out on your own.
Sorry, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything about you is built to tell me to leave you alone. I'm going to trust
I'm going to
that
leave you alone.
you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm just running the bitch over.
Right.
That's to walk the other way.
Sorry.
Yeah. Walk the other way.
Yep.
All right, Michelle, thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Top 10 bites seen in the ER. 203-882-9757.
Mostly sunny and breezy day today. Low to mid-30s, wind chill in the 20s. 26 now in Guilford.
All right, not much going on right now. We do have some minor delays reported. 95 southbound. That's going to start in Bridgeport between exit 26 and 21. Delays about 10 to 15 minutes expected at this point. And in Trumbull on the Merritt Parkway southbound, we do have delays just starting right around exit 48. That'll be heading southbound as well. This traffic report brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org. That's your Chaz and AJ Connecticut Lottery traffic.
K&J Tree Service.
They're the best.
I mean, it's going to be February soon. We're right in the middle of winter, and not a lot of people thinking about getting tree work. But
that wind last night probably had some tree work out there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, my God.
I thought my house was going to fall over.
At one point, it just stayed windy at least 5 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Just did not change.
Right.
So someone's tree got knocked down.
Yes, there's some branches on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, those are unnerving when you have a giant tree outside your house. And you know, if that sucker goes, it's going to fall right on my kid's bedroom.
Right.
This is a good time to get tree work done because K&J Tree Service has lots of crews and, you know, they're not busy right now.
Yeah.
So Kyle said, all right, well, we're going to do aggressive discounts. So K&J Tree Service's aggressive discounts happening now, whether you need tree trimming, complete removal, an area cleared out, stump grinding. They are offering aggressive winter discounts for all of their services with certified arborists ready to handle the toughest challenges you have.
Nice.
K&J Tree Service. Call them today for a free estimate and unbeatable savings. I use them. You used them.
Loved it. Great.
It's so great to see people do good at what they do and love what they do.
Exactly.
KJTreeService.com for immediate tree removal, prevention planning, and aggressive discounts. Get the KJ team to your house. KJTreeService.com. Okay, we're doing top 10 bites seen in the ER. Dr. Ron Clark, Associate Chief of Emergency Medicine in the Hospital of Central Connecticut and author of Surviving the Emergency Room, doing the list. What did we get so far?
We have, so far we have spider bites, we have snake bites, we have dog bites, and human bites.
203-882-9757. Charles in Milford.
Good morning.
Morning.
Quick shout out to Javen last night for stopping to make sure that I was all right.
There you go.
Who?
The guy who hit him.
No, not the guy who hit me, but saw me get hit and made sure that I was all right. And
what were you hit by?
Oh, wow. Trooper got there.
Oh.
What were you hit by?
Trailer.
A what? A tractor trailer?
Damn, man.
That's the headline, Charles, by the way. You don't start with, I want to thank so-and-so. You say, I was hit by a tractor trailer yesterday.
Right, and we go, what happened? Were you bitten?
What happened?
I'm guessing with all the wind, the wind must have blown him out of his lane and into mine.
Gotcha.
That's terrifying, man.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Right.
And then what happened to you?
Managed to somehow regain control of my car. Tried to flag down the semi, didn't stop, and got the plate. So
okay,
we'll see what happens. It was a hit and run.
But you're okay?
I'm okay.
Sounds like it would be weird if you're not okay and calling in on the list.
It was cold outside last night, so it was a semi.
Okay, what do you think?
I want to guess cat bite.
Yep, cat bite is on the list.
They're evil.
We've had cat bites and cat injuries. Particularly interesting in Britain, where I work. There's a lot of stray cats. People sometimes come and pick these cats up. One was in a building that a guy tried to take out of the building and pick up, who looked relatively friendly. Stray cats are not friendly, by the way, is the public service announcement.
The music great,
and
though.
This guy got absolutely massacred by the cat. Probably thousands of scratches, bites. His arms didn't have any skin left on them because this cat basically just kept scratching at both of his forearms. But cat bites have puncture. Like, he basically picked the cat up and the thing went ballistic. But the cats have very sharp teeth and can cause puncture wounds. And cats have an interesting bacteria called Pastorella. Another one that can cause very nasty infections, and all cat bites get put on antibiotics because there's a very high likelihood that if you don't get put on antibiotics, you're going to get infection.
Is that like cat scratch fever?
And cat scratch fever is slightly different, but yes, in the you can get either cat scratch fever can cause injury and disease, and then a cat bite from the bacteria. From basically, there's bacteria in the claws. And
they did a wango tango.
But either way, it's bad. And yeah, some of these cats, especially the stray ones, I mean, I have a very vivid memory of one guy who came in and literally, I mean, these cats' claws are sharp, especially the stray cats. They're tough. I mean, those are like...
No one's trimming them.
No one's trimming them, and no one's... Like, these are tough cats. And the guy picked it up, and it just went nuts on his arms.
They're trying to rock this down.
It is amazing how hard a cat can bite.
Yeah.
My brother was playing with this cat. I told him, don't play with this cat.
Right, yeah.
He was playing with the cat, and this cat bit the top of his hand.
Yeah.
And...
Like the back of it?
The back.
Oh.
And the 4 teeth went under the vein.
Is what he said. Is what he said.
Oh, no.
He validated his arm. Like a parking ticket.
No.
And his face when he saw that right before the pain kicked in was like, uh-oh.
Bad. We have to do
you can hear like a banjo play. His vein.
The cat's like, get
more like a bass guitar. Dum, dum, dum,
oh,
dum, dum.
my God.
It was the big vein that runs through the center of your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, we do X-rays to see if the teeth are in there because sometimes the teeth break off. So
my God!
We always the teaching for my residents and my medical students when I teach them is that if there's a bite injury, you always get an X-ray because you don't know if a tooth broke off. Particularly cat's teeth, the fangs.
Yeah,
sometimes
like
break off and be under the skin, and then they're going to have you got to go searching for that.
All right, Charles, I'm glad you're okay.
Yes,
and thanks for calling. Good to hear your voice. Mike in New Haven.
Good morning, everybody. How's it going?
Good.
How about a shark bite?
Shark bite.
Shark bites is not on my list, but could be potentially. I've had friends that have taken care of shark bite patients.
In Connecticut?
Wow.
Not in Connecticut. I have a friend who works in New Jersey where there was a shark bite last summer, I think.
Loan sharks.
Yeah. So it does happen occasionally. I didn't put it on the list for Connecticut because it's not super common, but yeah, I mean it can happen.
Wow.
Huh.
I think we do have
day,
sand
guys.
tigers in Connecticut, so it's possible.
It's a bad team.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
The Sand Tigers.
Anthony and Brantford.
Good morning, folks. How are you today?
Good morning.
Good, thank you.
Hey, I don't know about around here, but when I lived down south, there were things called fire ants that attack people.
Oh, wow.
They bit
Brutal.
back, so I'm going to go with like insects, like an ant or something.
Yep. That's not on my list, but that would be a good one. I should have thought of that one too. But yeah, no, insect bites definitely common. I didn't put it on my list today, but they're definitely common. Especially the fire ants down south can cause a lot of havoc on your skin.
A nest
folks,
of
have a
them
good day.
almost took my son out in Texas. He was under 2 years old, between 1 and 2. And I was mowing the lawn, and my wife at the time said, keep your eye on him. I'm like, okay.
Right.
And he was playing in his little, sand, that little turtle
sandbox,
that you put sand in it.
Yeah.
And he was in that.
Sandbox.
He's not going anywhere.
He's fine.
He's happy.
And, every time I turned the mower, I could see him for the full stretch of the yard.
Yeah.
And then I turn, and then I don't see him.
Right.
So I turn back, and I see him, and he's, like, screaming.
Right.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on? He came out of the sandbox, went into one of these, and I don't know if you've ever seen the nest of a fire ant. It looks like a volcano, but it's made of sand.
Okay.
And he went
It's
into
like those
that.
drip castles almost that you
Yes.
make on the beach. Yeah.
He went into one of those.
Oh, no.
And they immediately attack you.
Yeah.
Like I've had them climb up on the mowing deck and over and onto my legs.
Oh, yeah.
They're vicious.
And fast
And they
and
were
fast.
all over him. And on the way to the emergency room, I just saw him getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
It's a horrible.
Scary.
Don't screw with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Stay
not.
away.
Just stay away.
Stay far.
Walk the other way.
Walk the other way.
Right.
Kenny in Oxford.
Good morning.
Good
Morning.
What about a raccoon?
Yeah, raccoons is on my list. That's my number 6. A raccoon and other wild animal like raccoons, skunks, foxes. Wild animal bites are common, actually more common in Connecticut than you would think. We've had a couple raccoon bites this year. We had a skunk bite this year. And the problem with those animals is that you need rabies vaccinations because you don't know if they're rabid or not. So,
Immediately.
yeah, the rabies vaccine is interesting too because I need to put half of it's a pretty large volume, and I have to put there's a rabies vaccine. It's a vaccination series where you get on day 0, day 3, day 7, and day 14. But you also need a rabies immunoglobulin, which is different, and you have to inject it into the wound half, and then half of it somewhere else. But it's based on your weight. So, like big guys like me, I'm a big guy. The volume is very high, so it's like sometimes can be like 8 or 9 shots worth of stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
you have
Shot.
rabies is the only thing we vaccinate for after exposure. So,
Wow.
but yeah, if it's a raccoon or something like that, that's a wild animal, you're not sure, then you have to come in for the vaccination series.
Wow.
All right, we're going to do one more, and then we'll wrap it up. Jen, Long Island.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Hey, we're all behind you.
Thank you.
How about frostbite?
Frostbite, that's a good one.
That's good.
I didn't think of that, but
Nice.
I like that. Frostbite should have been on the list as a play on the word. But frostbite's obviously common, especially this time of year. We've had a couple people that have actually had frostbite pretty badly on their hands this year from being outside, and definitely can cause a lot of skin damage and a lot of times need surgical consultations.
Do you have
that
a few
would've been
minutes, Doc? Can we do the wrap up on the other side?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Have a great day.
I can't wait to hear what's on this list.
Right?
Top 10 bites seen in the ER.
Mostly sunny and breezy day today. Low to mid-30s, wind chill in the 20s. 26 now in North Haven.
All right, we do have delays this morning. Just minor stop-and-go traffic reported in Bridgeport. 95 southbound starting at exit 26 through to Fairfield. Delays now expected about 15 or so minutes. On the Merrick Parkway southbound, delays will begin in Trumbull. Again, just volume delays reported at this point. This is exit 48 heading southbound through to Fairfield. This traffic report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA National Nonprofit offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org. That's your Chaz and AJ Connecticut Lottery traffic.
Craneworks.
Craneworks.
Call my buddy Chris over there. I'll take good care of you.
Yay.
Contractors, roofers, excavators. If part of your construction project is roofing or electrical, you need some kind of a big lift kind of thingy.
Yeah.
Craneworks.
Nice.
With a K. Craneworks Inc. Family owned and operated business, and they just keep expanding because they give great service.
Yeah.
Great price.
They're also great people. They really are.
They're really good people.
Yeah, they really
You
are.
ever have a conversation with
love
Chris?
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
I wonder if he got a 68 high boy.
I don't know.
All done up. I think he's got a 350.
Last year I was doing work with the motor mounts.
Right.
But it's working on it.
Good dude. Craneworks is your owner-operated crane company to move sculptures, hot tubs, generators, stonework, install waterfall. I mean, he showed me this one where massive rocks. They built this giant waterfall.
Nice.
It's no cost for Craneworks to quote you a job.
Cool.
Contact Chris or go to craneworksinc.com. That's crane with a K, craneworksinc.com, or call 203-523-9942. right, Dr. Ron Clark is doing the top 10 bites seen in the ER. Let's hear the list, Doc.
All right, so number 10 was ferret bites because a lot of people have pet ferrets.
Oh.
Number 9 is spider bites, either the black widow or the brown recluse that we talked about. Number 8 in Connecticut is horse bites, which are actually more common than you think, particularly hand injuries causing bruising and puncture wounds. Number 7 was snake bites that we talked about with the rattlesnakes. Number 6 is raccoon bites and other wild animals. Number 5 was rodent bites like rats, mice, and squirrel bites. Number 4 is bat bites, which also need rabies vaccination. Number 3 is cat bites with the deep puncture wounds and needing x-rays to find their teeth. Number 2 is dog bites with their lacerations and puncture wounds. And number 1 was human bites because people act like animals.
Gotcha.
Dr. Ron Clark, Chief of Emergency Medicine in the Hospital of Central Connecticut and author of Surviving the Emergency Room, was nice enough to take a look at AJ's back.
Oh.
I sent him your so all of this is with AJ's permission, by the way.
Yes.
AJ has given
Absolutely.
Jennifer, my
Yes.
wife, who's a nurse, and me permission to
Yes.
consult with other people.
Yes.
So I sent the doc your back thing.
Yeah.
And he sent back this beautiful email with he went through note for note for note for note. And I said to AJ, instead of going through the email, I just said, basically he's saying your back's pretty screwed.
Right. Says you're effed.
But people can help you, and the doctors can help you.
Yes.
And you're going to have a good attitude about it, and that's like the most important thing to get through these kind of things.
Yeah, I have an appointment February 13th.
Okay, there you go.
For your back.
For my back, yeah, February 13th.
Yeah, I do hope you feel better, AJ.
Thank you.
Yeah, so he's got this pain from one of the hernias.
Yeah.
So he's got like 3 things going on right now. He's got 2 hernias. He's got the back issue, which is brought on by the blood cancer, and he's got the blood cancer.
Right.
And of the 3, the blood cancer is the least affecting him.
That's the one that is the mellowest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It's
just kind of
the
hangs
pain
out.
from the hernia and the back. And now the hernia said, I'm not going to let the back outshine me. I'm going to be more painful.
It's getting, it became more pronounced in the front.
Right, so he's going in for his treatment today, and I told him to make sure he tells the nurse that he's like in emergency room level pain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Let him know. Let him know what's going on.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I plan to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you got to you got to keep a good attitude, and you got to see what the doctors can offer you to make you feel better.
Yeah. Fix things.
Yeah, exactly. But I love it, AJ, that you have the humor and you have the positive side of you to get through these kinds of things.
Oh, thank you.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all right, Doc, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
You guys have a great day.
Okay?
Thank
you too. All right, Chaz and AJ in the morning, 99.1 PLR. Chaz and AJ in the morning, 99.1 PLR. So we're doing the Super Bowl squares.
Yes.
Apparently, we can call it Super Bowl squares.
Yes.
Until the NFL says don't call it Super Bowl squares.
Well, we spell it
Which they
differently.
might. We have already seen them.
We spell it differently with 2 O's.
We got through the
Super Bowl.
square part of it.
I like that, AJ.
Yes, with Super Bowl. Not Super Bowl, it's Super Bowl.
Oh, like soup
Right, but 2
per
O's.
bowl.
That's Super Bowl.
We have soup per bowl.
Right. Big difference. Eat it
that.
raw, NFL.
Up to $2,000 we need to collect. We've collected $1,200 so far.
Oh, wow.
So if you pledged, if you got in on this, you need to get us the money.
Yep. Where's the money?
The points.
Where's your money over here?
Yeah, the points.
Where's your
points.
The points.
Where's your money?
But we had the consumer protection person on yesterday, and
Yeah.
he seemed okay with it as long as we're all friends.
Exactly.
We're all friends.
We're all friends.
I think so.
We're family.
Yeah, big group of friends and family.
Where's your money?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going over the list here to see who I have a phone number for that I'm going to call.
Yeah.
Boston John didn't give his money yet.
PJ, where are you?
He did tell he was going to come the original day. We're like, no.
Right, we told him to stay
Oh,
away.
right.
Because they're important people in the building.
And he goes, I'll get you.
Right.
Dave from Riverview's paid.
Cool.
Dan from Spice Catering. I'll
Nice.
reach out to him.
Yep. Yeah, my points in there.
Michelle in Hamden.
You guys paid?
Yeah, I'm all paid up. Jennifer's paid up. No, hold it. Jennifer owes me money.
Oh. Sorry, Jennifer.
You almost got away with it. AJ had to ask a question.
Oopsie. My bad.
And she's been taking such good care of you, too, man.
I know, Phil. Thank you. Tear my heart out, you bastard.
I still owe. I'll bring it tomorrow.
Aha. Uh-oh. Collection agency.
Yeah.
Tell your name is Vinny.
Hello?
Where's my money?
It's in my wallet. I told you I had cash in hand.
When did you tell me that?
When I called in and you weren't paying attention to my words.
When does that ever happen?
Oh, okay.
That's what
I
you-
can't deny it. Like, I do it all the time. All right. I want that money.
All right. Stop crying. Goodbye.
All right. 2 police officers shot in Connecticut. The suspect is dead. What the hell is going on this planet?
Seriously.
That's coming up in news.
Mostly sunny day today. Breezy, low to mid-30s. Wind chill in the 20s. 19 now in Bethany.
All right, we do have delays reported 95 southbound starting in Bridgeport. Volume delays beginning around exit 26 through to Fairfield. Delays expected at least 15, if not 20 minutes right now. On the Merritt Parkway southbound, delays will begin, it looks like, in Fairfield right around exit 46. That'll be moving southbound as well. Delays expected to be about 15 to 20 minutes there, too. This traffic report brought to you by True Green. True Green, get a golf course quality lawn that is more affordable than you think. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com for 75% off your first service. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. TRUgreen.com. That's your Chaz and AJ Connecticut Lottery traffic.
Comedian Dan Brown in studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
2 West Haven police officers were shot and a suspect was killed as a search warrant was executed in New Haven yesterday morning.
Wow.
Happened around 5:30. Sounds like it was a drug thing.
Yeah.
They knocked. They enter. So it's usually like, open up. It's the police. We have a search warrant. Boom.
Yep.
Door breaks open. They come in, shots fired. And it wasn't like shots fired and it was over. It was shots fired and then it was standoff, yelling back and forth, more shots. It was this long, stressful thing.
Wow.
Inside the house was an 8-year-old, the mother, and I think a grandmother.
Jesus.
Along with the suspect.
Yeah.
Suspect eventually was hit by one of the, exchanges.
Yeah.
Man,
And didn't make it.
that's a lot of people involved.
Seriously, yeah.
Police officers were reportedly struck in the legs, and the injuries are being described as non-life-threatening.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just glad the people in Hartford stand behind. Oh, that's right. They don't.
Right.
Yeah. Now, if one of these bullets went somewhere
Yep.
and hit an innocent person, those cops wouldn't be protected.
I know. It's amazing, isn't it?
We have to change this
We do.
because it's no longer in fashion. Because it was in fashion
Right.
to, throw the cops out into the wolves.
Right.
It's not the fashion anymore. So the people in Hartford should really change that and protect these police officers.
Yeah, make it fashionable.
They should be protected.
Yes.
There should not be like, wow,
Back to blue.
if a bullet went through a wall
Yeah.
and hit somebody, I might lose everything I've worked for my entire life.
Yeah, no, back to blue.
It's just so gross that the people who make the laws do not protect the people who enforce the laws that they make.
Beyond gross.
It's gross.
It's disgraceful.
It's like, I don't know if you do that, how do you look at yourself in the mirror?
Seriously. Thank God they weren't killed.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Can you imagine that? Like being, getting up in the morning, putting a gun on and saying, well, my customers might shoot at me today.
Exactly, yeah.
And then you bust into a house and like all hell breaks loose.
Right. And I got no support from above.
No support.
Nothing. Just
the second
just
that there was a problem,
right.
The people who should support you are like, oh, hey, man, no, we're not backing them. Take away their protections. It's really gross.
Cooties. Yeah.
Cooties. Remember when we were on the school ground and they would say cooties?
Cooties.
It's like, I don't have cooties. It would instantly disable you. Like, hey, wait. No, I don't have cooties. Oh, you have cooties.
Cooties.
And then everyone else jumps in. It's like, no,
right.
You have cooties.
You became the cootie kid.
Cooties.
Somebody else eating a tuna fish sandwich.
I hope someone does something about it.
Yeah.
I think we're all fed up. I think people in these neighborhoods, like if you look through this news report, the people in the neighborhood are all like, safety. Where's our safety?
Seriously.
They don't want this.
No. You want to go home, feel safe.
Right.
You want to have a safe neighborhood.
They have kids. They want the kids to be safe.
Right. Fix this.
Yeah, it's time. Isn't it time
fix
to
this.
reinstate
Fix
whatever
this.
it was?
It's busted too long.
Kind of like an insurance thing. If I have to make a split-second decision and someone gets hurt or worse, I'm protected by the people who make these laws.
Fix this.
And I'm here to enforce.
These people are here to help you.
Right.
Fix it.
It's time to change them.
Fix it.
All right. We're going to shift gears here, but, our thoughts are with those 2 cops.
Yes.
Thank you. By the way,
very much, yes.
Even though the people in Hartford left you hanging out to dry,
right?
We thank you. And West
Very
Haven,
much.
if there's something we could do for those police officers,
let us know.
Let us know. Chris in the tanker.
What up?
Hey.
Yeah, let's change the subject, man. I don't want to talk about our government.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. What do you got?
All right. I was calling about the squares.
I
dropped the money off yesterday. Did you get my note on the envelope?
The note.
Well, I don't know. Let me check with Ruth,
What
who's
does the note say?
coordinating this whole effort.
Right. Hang on.
Yes, you are marked down as paid, and I do have your envelope.
Right. She has the
You
envelope.
wrote a note.
I wrote a note. Let me.
Not a note, but like.
She's searching. Answer.
All right, so it's not a note, but it's what?
Saying that's you.
It says, that's Chaz with a Z, sir.
Oh, very good. Thank
Right.
you.
Just let you know.
How's it going down? When obviously when you get all the money and you choose your numbers and all that, how are we going to know where we are on the board?
Everything is random. We're going to put your name. We're going to put names on in order of how they came in, and I have the list of how they came in, and you're right on top of the list, by the way. So they go on the board in order of how they came in.
Okay.
And then we randomly put the numbers in. We're going to do that card game where we put the numbers in.
The card game.
And then we're going to take a picture and we're going to post it. How's that?
So names first, then numbers at the end.
Yes.
Perfect.
Then we take a picture, then we post it.
We're going to post it on Facebook?
Sure, we thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't have Facebook, man. I'm not on Facebook.
You'll be
Oh,
able to
my
find
God.
it. You can, if you Google it,
If I
you'll
ever
be
try
able
to do
find it.
squares again, please tell me not to.
It's a very tough task. That's why I said I don't know.
No, this has become like a bad drug deal. Like we're meeting people out in the parking lot at 5 a.m. with an envelope with money in
Broad
it.
daylight.
I have people coming up to my porch, putting money under my doormat. Like this. This is
Really? Can I get some?
We're done. This is our last squares.
Can I get
this
some?
is
I feel
it.
like Molly and Molly's game.
Wow.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it's funny. When you said you were going to do it, I just started laughing. I'm like, this is going to be bad. It's gonna be
You're like, this sounds like the Titanic. I want on.
You're testing the theory, aren't you?
Remember, I called up first, and I was like, I got 3 squares on $20 each, and then you're like, okay, let's start it. And then
Yep.
that's when it just.
You started
You're
this
the
whole
ca-
nightmare.
You're the catalyst.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I
Chris.
told you, I love breaking the law, man.
I
Breaking
know.
the law.
Breaking the law.
Break it.
Breaking the law.
Break a few things, actually.
Yeah. All right. We'll keep you
All right.
posted. I'll we'll get it to you somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, your call made it sound fun and easy, and now we've been just pulling our hair out for the last
Right. And now you're making it worse.
Right.
Oh, I was in a meeting on Tuesday, and the boss looks at me, the vice president of programming,
Yep.
and he says, so how's this going to work? And there's this silence as he's looking at me. He's like, you don't know, do you? I'm like, no, I really don't. I don't know how it's going to work.
I walked in 90 seconds after the meeting had started. I was like, ooh, the tone in here.
I stared at the ceiling.
They had my back, though. They covered me.
Said it, and then when you said okay, and then it happened, and I'm like, oh wow,
It was
didn't know
fast.
was gonna be
Yeah.
like- yeah.
We
Like,
used to
real
do this
fast.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like this sounds like a good idea, and do it, then figure it out off the air.
Yep.
And we don't do it anymore.
No.
Probably once or twice a year.
This is why.
And this is why. Right. So, all right,
Well, good
Chris.
luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Chris said he didn't want to talk about the government, but here's the government.
Uh-oh.
The worst thing that can happen to a potato chip company right before the Super Bowl, federal regulators have upgraded a recall on Lay's classic potato chips
Oh, Lay's.
to the highest risk level.
Good heaven. The one thing you don't want in a chip.
The chips were first recalled in December 2024 due to undeclared milk ingredients posing a risk of a serious or life-threatening allergic reaction.
That makes them
What
taste,
the
That
hell?
makes them taste
First of all,
great.
no one reads the bag of potato chips and see what's in there.
There's writing outside of Lay's.
Right. I see potato chips and I see the Lay's.
Right.
And I look for the flavor.
Right.
That's about as far as I get.
Yeah.
What is this?
Right. Is it sour
And
cream
it's
onion?
like, all right, good.
Done.
They've had some crazy flavors. What do you go for?
I like the regular.
Yeah.
My favorite's Ruffles.
Salt and
Okay.
vinegar is great.
Love Ruffles.
Salt
But
and vinegar
the
is
salt
great.
and vinegar.
Yep.
Barbecue.
Barbecue, yes. Oh.
People always say I'm weird because I love crab chips.
Crab chips are good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love them.
Yeah.
I don't think that's why they say you're weird.
Fair point.
They use that part.
Calling yourself a brown recluse, that doesn't help.
Where do you get crab chips?
Well, they're Utz.
It's a
but
type
you-
of chip.
You get
Yeah,
them at
Utz,
gas
yeah.
stations and stuff.
Yeah.
They have them at gas stations?
They don't have them very often, yeah. That's why you got to grab them right away and then walk away sideways.
Oh, really?
Then walk away
It's like
sideways.
a thing.
Yeah, you got to walk away sideways.
You gotta like scuttle away. Yeah.
Right.
Crab chips.
Crab chips.
I feel like I want to try them.
Ah,
Well,
crab.
no recall on those, so you'll be
crab
safe.
chips.
They're zesty.
They are.
I like that
Zesty
word.
crab chips.
That's
They
a
made
fun
from
word.
crabs?
They do.
I don't know. Probably not real crabs.
Right.
It's probably fake. It's probably-
Fake crabs.
Right.
It's probably some chemicals.
Right.
Right. That would be like, I don't mind eating potatoes
Right.
that were fried in oil.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Delish. But I don't know if
Salt.
I want to eat like crabs that were
Well, it depends.
I guess I eat crab dip.
Where'd you find the crabs? On the beach or on a toilet seat?
Yeah, that's another thing. What crabs are these?
What kind of
Are these
crabs are
the
we talking?
Crabs that are on restaurant menus?
Right.
Or like at the hospital?
If it's any kind of crab, it's like they must dry them and grind them into a fine powder before they sprinkle them on the chips.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So, I
So
mean,
to get the essence of crab.
yeah.
Essence of crab.
Right. You smell the
Looks
crab.
like Ruth found something out.
Yep.
Yeah, so Utz makes them, and it says that they're flavored with a seasoning blend that tastes like crab, but they don't contain actual crab meat.
Wow. So,
Nah.
so if you're allergic to seafood, you good. So probably like the Old Bay seasoning, things like that. Give it the essence of crab.
Yeah, no, it's
The
a good move, though.
essence.
The essence of crab.
It's a good chip.
I was going to itch, but I only had the essence of crab.
There's sometimes I don't want to hear essence of crab. There's sometimes you just don't want to hear that.
You know, just give me crab.
Essence of crab.
Just give me crab.
That wouldn't be a good perfume.
No.
Essence of crab.
Are you wearing essence of crab?
Low tide?
haven't.
Essence of crab. Of course.
Who's dead of the crustacean?
So the Food and Drug Administration upgraded the recall Monday as a Class 1.
Oh, no.
The most severe risk level.
Oh, God, no.
According to several reports, the recall only includes 6,344 13-ounce bags of Lay's classic potato chips.
13 ounce? Okay, let's get bigger.
6,300 bags.
I want the big one anyway.
Can't they just tell us where they went?
Seriously.
Like, all right, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York,
Right.
beware.
Yeah.
The rest of the country, fine.
Yeah.
Well, last time they did that with the Porter's Head recall, it was like, oh, by the way,
It starts here.
all these
and
other states now affected as well.
Yep.
no other Frito-Lay products are involved in the recall. So it's the classic chips.
Yes.
And this is what how they
And
define this
they're not the
Class
baked
1.
one.
It's a situation in which there is a reasonable probability that the use of or exposure to a violative product will cause serious adverse health consequences or death.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh.
That'll keep me away from the chips.
Yeah, put the D word in there. Sure, why not? Same thing with those baked Lays.
No, but that would keep me away from those
Yeah, the word
chips.
death. Yeah.
Death.
Yeah.
I feel like you need at least 3 different kinds of chips for a Super Bowl party if you're hosting.
Yeah.
You can't just have all one kind.
No, you got the Ruffles in there. You got to have the
But you got to have
Doritos.
potato chips, then you got to have like
Tortilla chips.
Tortillas.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And then something fun that are just like no dips. It's just the chip is the snack.
Yeah, like Doritos.
Okay.
All right. Chris and Stratford.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
In regards to the crab chips, I don't know if it was clarified, but they're not flavored like crabs from the ocean. It's like an Old Bay type seasoning they
Yeah.
put on them.
Right.
The essence of
The
crab.
essence of crab.
Yeah, and if you try that with that hell of a good French onion dip,
Yeah.
it's out of this world.
Oh,
Stuff.
really?
Yeah. See?
That
Dan
and,
Brown
Trader
speaks well.
Joe's makes a phenomenal caramelized onion dip.
There's
Nice.
some. That's Trader Joe's. That's a very special
It's
place.
very special.
Yeah.
And so the folks will shop there.
Caramelized French onion dip. Give it a shot, guys.
Nice.
Okay.
So you know it's
Right,
funny.
go to
Like you
Super
have
Bowl.
those crab chips with that French onion dip, and there's not an onion or a crab to be seen. In
Right. You got to make your own.
it's funny how we apply these words. It's like yeah,
You gotta make your
like
own.
Fruit Loops. There's no fruit in there. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Nothing.
No.
Oh, that's why they spell it FROOT.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
It's actually a foot with an R.
Joe the barber.
Yes, I came in and dropped off my money, and of course I put a silly note in there. But my question is, now I purchased 5 boxes for 100 points. I don't really want them in one.
Can't hear you. Is
that a hang up?
No.
He's
No,
still there.
Don't hang up. It's a
I
serious
didn't hang
question.
up.
I don't want 5 in a row.
I just was taking them off the air.
Right. We got to think.
Listen, I'm going to play some randomly. Okay.
Perfect. As long as it's on the same row.
Okay.
Yes.
99.1 PLR, Chaz and AJ in the morning. Dumbass News is next. 99.1 PLR. Thank you.
Hey.
Comedian Dan Brown in studio.
Hey.
Yay. Yay.
A 72-year-old school bus driver accused of driving drunk.
Oops. No, he's bueno.
We were talking about this story this morning, and I said to AJ, I was like, oh, is that dumbass news? He's like, well, if you're a drunk bus driver,
right.
You're a dumbass.
Right.
72-year-old bus driver in Wisconsin was arrested for multiple charges, including operating while intoxicated.
Yeah, not a good idea.
Wisconsin.
Not a good idea. I know Wisconsin not much to hit, but come on.
I think everybody just walks around in a vague state of drunkenness.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of things to drive into there.
Right.
So it's like mostly just
other cars.
And
That's
if you do, it's Wisconsin.
After driving erratically and not letting kids off the bus.
Oops. That's the whole point, isn't it? Bus drivers would drop the kids off.
They were fine until that point. That's where he got in trouble.
Right.
Stupid whiny kids.
Right.
Here's audio of kids freaking out on the bus. Some of the 911 radio call and two students talking about the experience.
What is going on?
Bus driver 1 apparently didn't stop at the last 8 stops, and the students screaming in the background.
We were screaming, "Stop the bus, stop the bus, stop the bus." I was scared because he didn't stop at any of the first few stops, and I was scared that the other kids weren't going to get to go home. He was just like getting mad over little stuff.
Like you guys screaming in his ear, for example?
First of all,
8 stops. So many.
Right, missed it.
I don't know. What do we think about these kids here?
I don't know. That's abduction at a certain point.
Yeah.
No, let's talk about this now.
Right.
Okay. If he was going to school and he just didn't go to school and he's like driving crazy, the kids would be like, wee!
Exactly right, yeah.
It's that they were going home and it's like, oh no, man, I want my cereal, I want my Pop-Tarts,
Right.
I got my video games to play.
Right. I got my
I
friends
got
to hang.
TikTok I got content to post.
Right. I'm an influencer.
Yeah, they're like, hey, wait a minute.
This is my time now.
Where are you going?
This is my time
This is
now.
my time.
Right, that's school's time, my time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Really?
Right. Plus one.
And back in my day, by the way, you know, that should be the name of this segment. Back in my day.
Yeah.
Are kids smart enough to know, like, oh, he could be trafficking us, or like, I don't know.
They didn't sound calm. They sounded in a panic.
Right.
Yeah, they were a little too emotional.
I mean, back in our day, a lot of the bus drivers had a couple of pops before they came, especially the afternoon.
Back in our day, the
Yep.
bus drivers were either crazy,
Yep.
drunk, stoned, or criminals.
Yep.
Or all of them.
Or all the above.
Or all.
All the above, yeah.
I mean, they could have worried about being kidnapped, but like when I was a kid, my parents would threaten us. Like when we were bad, they would be like, "We're selling you to the gypsies," and then
The
like,
gypsies.
Dan, what the hell?
I was going to an orphanage. I was going to Little Flower.
We're selling you to the gypsies.
yeah.
gypsies.
And when I was a little kid, like if I wasn't behaving, my father would pick up the phone and he'd go, "Hello, gypsies," and then he'd have a fake conversation with them.
Next thing you know, you got
What would he say?
a
on the
do rag
phone?
and an earring.
I don't think it was too elaborate because I was like a little kid. I wouldn't have been able to like
Get it
see
off.
that he was lying.
Right.
Yeah, you knew the gypsy
Oh
part.
my God,
Yeah.
the gypsies are on the phone.
I like that you threw that out there. Like, oh, everyone's going to relate to this.
Right.
Well, I'm just thinking that these kids, who knows where they think they're going? Like, they might be going to some gypsy camp.
Right.
It's all.
I would think gypsies would be kind of cool.
That would have
actually.
been cool if the
Yeah.
bus driver said, all right, look, you kids knock it off or I'm bringing you
You're gonna be a
I'm
gypsy.
going to sell you to the gypsies.
Right.
And they kept going, and it's like, all right,
Yep.
here we go.
All right.
I'm used to iPads. I can't be dealing with these organ grinding monkeys.
Right.
Are there gypsies now?
I
And
think
what were gypsies? They were just like a band of people that traveled together, and they were like,
nomads, yeah.
But what would they do?
They'd perform magic or sell products like snake oil and things
okay.
like that. Yeah.
they're
Why do I
gypsies
picture
now.
them with like tambourines and stuff?
Well, they did.
They
dance
walk
and
around.
whatnot.
They're like pirates without ships.
Basically, yeah. They got the do rags, like earrings.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. They seem cool.
I don't think they do that anymore. That's like that was the golden age of gypsies.
These are the new gypsies.
Yeah. Now I think they just wear regular clothes.
Oh, really?
I know the gypsies
Well,
evolved.
so what? They're like they crossed over into hobo.
Kind of.
They're
yeah.
hobos.
Hobos,
Yeah.
right?
But they don't travel now. They said now we call them homeless. right?
Okay.
I guess.
I think.
Right.
I
don't
feel
know.
like there's a whole
No,
classification.
we're gypsies.
system.
They're still vagabonds. They're still
Vagabonds?
vagabonds. They're still.
I
you
have
know.
not heard that term in many years.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Bring it back. Yeah, they travel.
No, but what do we call? All right, so the gypsies were what? What would the Phil? Can you look up the definition of gypsy, please?
This cab in New York City. Undocumented.
There's gypsies. What did you say? Vagabond.
Vagabonds. Yeah.
Vagabond.
Vagabond. Yeah.
Vagabond.
Yeah. They travel. They're travelers.
But wouldn't that be a gypsy?
Nomads. You know. Nomads.
No. All right. Nope. There's the nomad.
Well,
Nomads,
I
yeah.
think there's like an ethnic.
Like they have
Is this
no,
like clowns and mimes? See, clowns and
there's
mimes
no-
have completely different.
They have no base. No like home. Like they're
So
home, they
gypsies,
travel.
vagabonds, and nomads
They
are all
travel.
the same thing.
Right.
Yes, they
Yeah,
live
they-
a nomadic lifestyle.
Oh,
They
okay.
travel.
All right. So gypsies and nomads are the same.
Right.
All right. So they don't have a house and they travel.
Right.
Well, nomadic people are just people that don't have a set home.
Right. Like they're home. They're like.
All right. So
Not all gypsies are nomads. Not all nomads are gypsies.
When you're a jet,
all gypsies are nomads
Right.
because they don't have a home.
Right.
Right. That's their lifestyle.
Okay.
They are nomadic people.
Okay. And then nomads are not.
As opposed to
all
nomadic
gypsies.
people.
Not all of them are gypsies.
As opposed to
What's
nomadic.
the difference between the gypsy and the nomad?
Nomad is a description for how people live. Gypsy is a specific group of people.
Yeah.
All right. So gypsies don't have houses. Nomads don't have houses, but they're moving. They're roaming the country.
Right.
They might have houses, but they're not long term.
Maybe
They're
one-
very temporary.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the wagon they're in.
I feel like
So-
all the images of these people, I'm thinking of like out of date. Like I'm thinking of what they looked like in the, I don't know, 20s or something.
I'm thinking of a song from Cher in the 70s.
Me too.
But there's,
Gypsies, traps and thieves.
they're all
I'm
kinds
thinking of Metallica. Rover, wander, nomad, vagabond. You know, call them what you will.
Right.
Yeah. So what do we call them now? Homeless?
No.
No, because they are a type of people. So they have their Romani descent.
Romani. Like the cheese.
Believe that they originated on the Indian subcontinent.
Okay.
So they're gone now, right? I don't
No,
they're not gone.
They are
Really?
primarily still found around Bulgaria, Hungary, Romania, Serbia, Slovakia.
Of course they're hungry.
Yeah, there are documentaries about the like gypsies in the current era.
And you almost joined the ranks.
So you watch this and you think, wow, I almost became one of them.
Yes.
Wow.
And I don't know if it's my speed.
Is your dad still alive?
No.
No. Okay. What happened? He was taken by the gypsies.
No.
I'm sorry. Was it sad?
He just passed away.
Take
Oh,
away
all
the
right.
cheeses.
Well, what happened?
I mean, how did he die?
Yeah.
Cancer.
Oh, sorry. to hear.
Sorry, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. All right, no comedy there. That
No.
ends right there. That's
Yep.
a cul-de-sac.
Right.
Comedy cul-de-sac right there. Let's
Yeah.
turn back around. So how about them gypsies?
How about him?
Chaz and AJ.
Hey, didn't they make their money by reading the palm of your hand and
Yeah.
telling
That's
your
right.
Various things. Yeah.
That's right. They would do that.
They sell oils. They sell this and that.
Right. They tell your fortune.
Take the fortune.
get their money?
They'd have a
That's how they
crystal
would get the
ball.
money to travel.
Yep.
Wasn't a dude in the Wizard of Oz, like the guy in the beginning of the Wizard of Oz, wasn't he like a tramp or a gypsy or something? Remember?
I don't remember.
The guy at the beginning of the Wizard of Oz.
Beginning was Oz.
Before they go to
Before
the
she
land
goes,
of Oz.
before she gets spun up in the tornado, he's the guy who's at the end in the castle. He's the wizard.
Oh,
but in the movie, like before,
You were there, and you.
yeah, no,
I don't know.
No one?
I don't.
I remember that
I don't remember the movie that well.
Yeah.
All right, then we're going to talk about something real here.
Okay.
We got a guy who follows Bigfoot.
Okay.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, yeah, enough about the gypsies.
Yes.
Let's talk about Bigfoot.
I thought this day would never come.
Do we have Bigfoot creatures in Connecticut? And what's the most we have in terms of proof? The creator of Discover Sasquatch, Chris Reinhardt, on next.
Mostly sunny, breezy day today, low mid-30s, wind chill in the 20s, 23 now in Cheshire.
All right, yeah, we've got some delays this morning. 95 southbound, just minor stop-and-go traffic because of volume delays. Starting right around exit 26, moving through Fairfield, heaviest delays expected there, about 15 to 20 minutes. On the Merritt Parkway, southbound delays will beginning in Fairfield. That's around exit 44, moving through to about exit 40 in Norwalk. This traffic report brought to you by Compassion International. Every day a child in poverty waits for sponsors. Another day of hopelessness. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year and their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393. That's your Chaz and AJ Connecticut Lottery traffic.
Window Nation.
Yes.
You thought 50% was a lot to have off all styles of windows?
Yep.
There I go, yeah?
Ha!
Watch this.
We can top it.
They're doing 60% off all styles of windows, plus pay nothing with no interest for 2 years.
Boom.
Hear that? 60% off.
60.
Then you pay nothing with no interest for 2 years. So what I would do is you pay it off over 2 years, and then you don't pay any interest.
That's smart.
Right.
That's smart.
Right. So you don't have to have a lot of money to do this. You just pay it off over time.
Yeah.
It increases the value and the look of your home, but also you save a ton of money on energy bills. Electric's not getting cheaper here.
Wind, forget about
Oil's not getting cheaper.
Yep.
Propane not getting cheaper.
No.
And it's very easy. You call 866-90-NATION, 866-90-NATION, or visit windownation.com to schedule an appointment. That's windownation.com.
Do it.
And it's very, very simple. They come over, they give you a price quote. If you like it, you move ahead.
Right.
And if not, you move on.
And these windows fit your house, actually, too. They actually custom fit your house.
They custom fit every opening
Not one size
in
fits
your
all.
home.
Yep.
Right. They make the windows for your house.
Exactly.
60% off all style windows, plus pay nothing with no interest for 2 years. 866-90-NATION. Tell them Chaz and AJ sent you. So, do we have Bigfoot in Connecticut?
Do we?
Do they exist? What's the evidence? We had an expert on, I think, last week.
Yeah.
And this guy called in, and he sounded like he knew more than the expert.
Yes.
So, he's kind of an expert. Chris is on the phone. Hey, Chris.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey.
Thanks for having me, guys. A long-time listener. I'm very excited to be here.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
I live up in Winchester, Connecticut.
Winchester.
That sounds like a place where you might find a Bigfoot roaming around.
Exactly, yeah.
I need to take
Very
some
Yes,
notes.
sir.
Did you ever see a Bigfoot?
I have seen one live and 3 on thermal camera.
Whoa.
One live.
Yeah. The
In
one live
Winchester?
I saw down in Missouri in the Ozark Mountains.
You sure that wasn't just a person?
No, it was a juvenile, little one. He was about 4 foot high, and he was covered with hair, and he ran across this little valley, and we sat there and we watched him and bounced. He was like bouncing almost, and he hid behind a rock, and that's where he stayed, and that's where we kept on watching until it got dark. This was daytime.
Wow.
Now,
Did you get any footage?
We did. I can send it to you guys. It's just a little clip of the end of him hiding behind a rock. You can see his head pointed. It's pointed up, and you can see the hair blowing in the wind. I'll send it to you guys after the show.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was like seeing a leprechaun, right? Like,
Yeah, because I didn't. I always believed in Bigfoot, but when you see one, it's now you know they exist, and that's a whole different scene, and that's what got me into this. Been doing it for 10 years now, and I've traveled all over the place.
Did it look different from how you imagined it would look?
No, he looked just like a little hairy bipedal, not a monkey, but more like a human.
Right.
They're definitely not monkeys, I'll tell you that.
there was a picture.
Not a monkey.
Yeah, not a lot of cameras in the 70s, but there was a picture in the 70s of one walking.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of strutting.
Yes.
And
The
looking
Patterson
at the
Gimlin?
camera.
Yeah. I remember that photo.
Along
yeah.
a tree line.
Yeah.
And very famous picture.
Yeah.
It probably comes up if you Google Bigfoot picture.
It's still the image. I
It's
think.
the image.
The Patterson Gimlin film, probably.
Correct.
Really? How do you know that?
Because I'm a Bigfoot expert.
Wow. Who knew?
I actually sent you a picture on the text of Patty. They're digitalizing the original film now, and they've come up with a close-up of Patty's face that's the best picture ever of a Sasquatch. That's exactly what she looks like, and it's close-up and personal, and I sent it to the text. If you guys want to check it out.
Okay. I would
Ruth,
think the
sent it
closest thing you could compare it to is a Wookiee.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Right, yeah. Most of them, they're all different looking. Some of them have more hair than others. Some more look like humans, some more look like apes.
Right.
It depends on where you're at and what time of the year.
What's your theory on this? That it's a missing link? It's between...
When I first...
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do
No,
that.
the question is basically, what is your theory? Is it some kind of is it its own species,
Yeah, where does
or
it
is
fall?
it the link between apes and humans?
Right. Where's it fall?
Okay, so when I first started, I thought it was an ape, and I was going to go out and I was going to capture that picture of, because everybody didn't think it was that hard. 10 years later, I still don't have a crystal clear picture of it, but I know it exists because I've had stones thrown at it. I've seen them. I've been close to them. I had an interaction at my tent in the Ozarks where one walked up to the tent and growled on the side of my face.
You sure that wasn't a bear?
No, there's no bears in the Ozarks where we were.
Okay.
So, no, I listened to him walk up. We caught that one on thermal camera earlier that night, so we know it was a Sasquatch.
What, did you record it on thermal camera? Or is it just like
Yes, we got his head poking up and down out of the creek.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I can send that over to you, too.
So when you catch them on video, they're basically hiding from you and peeking around.
Oh, yes,
things?
that's what they're hiding. Yeah, they want to stay hidden. But I think now, with all Congress coming out and everything with the ET stuff, I think you ever hear of the Anunnaki?
Yeah.
No.
Is it a sushi?
It does sound like a sushi.
It sounds like a drink you
Like
get
a
at a
sushi.
Japanese restaurant.
Sushi.
I have sashimi
And
and Inunaki, please. Thank you.
And the Nephilim, the from the giants from heaven that were the angels that were banished from heaven and came down and sought comfort with human wives, and they gave birth to giants.
Oh, wow.
And all that, and there's a whole big story. So only got the half hour, so I won't get too far into that. But I'm thinking that they are a being of like biblical status, like almost like an alien type being. And that's why we're not finding bones, and that's why we're not finding them, because they're not here all the time. And that's what I think. And I mean, it might sound crazy. I mean, saying Bigfoot, it even sounds crazy.
Yeah. That's a fairly new theory, is that they're interdimensional beings.
Oh, wow.
And that's why we can't get a picture, because as soon as they know that they've been spotted, they like zap in and out of like our reality and theirs.
Yeah, a portal, yeah.
Right. I can't say that. I don't know about the portal stuff or anything. I just think that's who they are, and I don't know how they travel, or I have never seen it, so I can't speak for it. But that's what I'm leaning more towards, because they're way smart. They're just way smart, and they do what they do.
Well, you heard all the questions I asked the lady that was on that when you called in, and it was, how come we haven't found a dead one? How come we don't have any images? There's a million cameras. You kind of answered that one.
Yeah. How tall are they roughly, would you say?
How come more of us haven't seen them?
Yeah.
Well, how many of you guys are out looking for them?
It's true.
A lot of us are out in the woods hunting.
I've been slacking.
Right. There's a lot of hunters that see them, and there's a lot of hunters that come forward and tell their stories, but they don't come public with them. There's over 75,000 sightings of Sasquatch in North America.
Damn.
Okay, how come that camera in the 70s picked one up, but none of our Ring cameras or Nest cameras are picking them up?
Well, the camera they picked it up that day because they were looking for her. There were reports of they were cutting lumber out there, and they had reports of the Sasquatch. Their prints were showing up along the roads. So these two guys, Patterson and Gimlin, were looking for the Sasquatch. Patterson was always looking for the Sasquatch, and they got the inside scoop. So they took their horses and went off into that area of California, hopefully to catch a picture. And they got lucky. I think that's what most sightings are, anyways. Is just that. Run in front of a car, or you're walking down the trail and they walk across the trail. It's all by surprise.
Yeah, none of them has ever been hit by a car.
Right.
There are reports of ones being hit, and then the government coming in and taking them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Recently?
Tractor trailer trucks have hit them. Even Mount St. Helens, when the volcano erupted out there, they have pictures of helicopters airlifting big things out of the lava or whatever, the afterflow, the soot and all that.
Yeah.
So they said that there was Sasquatch. They found Sasquatch dead in there, and the government came and took them out.
All right, hold on one second. All right, Chris is on. He's a Bigfoot expert out of Connecticut.
Yeah.
If you have any questions for him or thoughts or contributions to the conversation, if you saw one,
right,
203-882-9757.
Mostly sunny and breezy day today, low mid 30s, wind chill in the 20s, 25 now in New Haven.
All right, we are looking at delays right now through Derby as well. Route 8 southbound picking up some volume between exit 18 and 14. You can expect a little slowdown there. We've also seen some increased volume delays now, 95 southbound. That's going to be through Westport between exit 17 and 13. Heaviest delays reported about 30 to 35 minutes now. And on the Merritt Parkway, that's going to be through Norwalk. Heaviest delays starting at exit 40 through to Stamford at exit 36. This traffic report brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org. That's your Chaz and AJ Connecticut Lottery traffic.
right, comedian Dan Brown in studio.
Hey.
On the phone is Chris Reinhardt. He's our Bigfoot expert out of Connecticut. He has seen a Bigfoot.
He's seen the foot.
And we have tribe members calling in. Lucian, North Haven.
Hey, how you doing,
Lucian,
Chaz?
hey.
Chaz.
Hey.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you guys about a video that I saw online. Just Google, like, Bigfoot from a train. It's the most incredible video you're going to see of a Bigfoot.
Bigfoot from a train.
All right.
Yeah, it's in like Colorado. Somebody filmed it from a train. You'll pick it up in 2 seconds on Google.
Chris, do you know what he's talking about?
Yeah, that was in Colorado, and that was debunked to be a costume.
Oh, was it? No wonder
Yeah,
it was
but
so
you
real.
can actually buy that costume on Amazon.
Damn it.
Yeah,
well.
Damn
really, I agree with you. When it first came out, it was the biggest thing to hit the Bigfoot world, and everybody was talking about it. But of course, you gotta look into it. You can't just think that.
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
Bigfoot. And then they did the research, and it ended up being a suit.
Yeah.
Wow, good. Okay, well, I'm in Connecticut, too. I've never seen one, but I want to.
Oh, they're here.
Keep your
You
eyes
gotta
peeled.
You got to go looking for them.
Yeah.
I'm in the woods a lot. Hopefully, they'll run into me.
Right.
If you want some pointers, I'll leave these guys my email address after the show, and you could contact me, and I can give you, a couple of hints. I'm no expert. This is just my opinion, by the way. When we go, I mean, there's other people that think differently than I do. I'm just a grandfather, and does this on the side, and I'm really into it. And like I said, I've been to Canada and all over the place, and but I don't know everything. And when I'm sharing with everybody tonight, it's just the evidence that I've gathered and just my opinion. So I just wanted to say that.
Have there been any cases where they've killed animals or where they've killed humans?
I think I'm off the radio.
Oh yeah, way back. There's been stories from the Native Americans for way long time ago that they used to steal children.
Oh.
And take the women, and you'd never be seen again. I don't know anything recently, of course, but there's a lot of reports of missing 411. You ever hear of that? Mm-hmm. There's a show called Missing 411, and they claim that the Bigfoot are responsible for missing hikers and stuff like that are lost in the woods and you never hear from again.
Right.
That's a really great show.
I don't think that's Bigfoot.
I would think that would aid them.
I think that's right. The Bigfoot would come in and give them some leave food for him.
Exactly, or help them.
Yeah.
Right. Well, there's a report. There's a report of a little kid. You guys, I'm sure, heard about that. The little 3-year-old kid that went missing in the rain and I forgot where it was in the cold and the rain. Disappeared for 3 days and came back and said that he was with a bear for 3 days.
Wow.
There are a bunch of stories like that. There are actually a lot of them.
Yeah.
I think Missing 411 covers a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, that's a great show. If you guys never seen it before, you should dive into it.
Like kids go missing in the woods and then they find them miles beyond what a kid is capable of walking on his own, up in the cliffs that he wouldn't be able to climb.
Right.
And that guy David Paulides is always saying when kids are lazy, when they're in the woods, they walk downhill, but they always find them uphill, up rocky, outcrops, and it almost seems as if they were taken there by some maybe
larger,
a person, but
larger being.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you're talking about, David Paulides. You know him too. Wow, I'm impressed.
Oh yeah, I love this stuff.
Yeah, this stuff is
Dan,
awesome.
what is your theory? Do you think that a Bigfoot is from another planet?
I personally don't. I kind of I don't know. I feel a little silly when I start thinking about it's from another planet. I think that Bigfoot is sort of like a primitive version of humans, and I think that they tend to live in caves underground. There have been stories in the caves in Virginia. There are these caverns in Virginia, and there was a famous photograph where this guy was exploring the cave, and he took a picture down there, and he got a picture of 3 forms in the darkness, and their eyes were reflecting from the camera flash. I suspect that if they are real, I think they live in caves underground. Or they live in the mountaintops where people don't tend to be. Like the Albert Osman story. There's this. That's a story about this prospector who got kidnapped by a Sasquatch, and the Sasquatch picked him up in his sleeping bag and carried him way up into this mountaintop where there was this bowl at the top of a mountain, and there was a female Sasquatch and 2
little
children.
Squatches.
Yeah,
little Squatches.
and
Little squats.
And he said that they had made their own like sleeping mats out of twigs and stuff.
Wow.
So they definitely have like a place where they stay, and I think they're just good at hiding because they live in places where we don't go very often. They're like super athletes because they're so much bigger. They can outrun us. They have better vision. They see us farther. They hear us, and they get away from us.
Yeah, they divert because they know us. They see us coming.
Yeah. That's just my theory. Like I'm no expert.
Yeah. Right.
And you could be 100% right. That's nobody knows.
Right.
So,
All right, hold on. This is interesting. We have another Bigfoot expert named Chris.
Oh.
Who's in an airplane with the window open.
Okay.
Chris, is there any way we could dial that sound down?
I'm in a ragtop Jeep, so probably not.
Okay.
Gotcha. Man the vehicle.
All right, hold on one second. Hold on. All right, we're gonna put Chris on with Chris.
Okay.
2 Bigfoot experts, and also the CEO of Fine Fettle is going to come on to tell us why he won't be building facility number 10 in Connecticut.
Oh. Mostly sunny, breezy day today. Low to mid-30s, wind chill in the 20s. 23 now, Wallingford.
All right, we are looking at delays everywhere right now. Derby, Route 8 southbound, we have volume delays between exit 18 and 14. 95 southbound delays will begin in Fairfield, heaviest through Westport. That'll be about exit 17 to 13. Expect about 30 minutes of additional travel time. And then on the Merritt Parkway, again, starting in Trumbull, but heaviest through Norwalk, exit 40 to 36 in Stamford. This traffic report brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline, 877-MAD-HELP, or visit mad.org. That's your Chaz and AJ Connecticut Lottery traffic.
American Airlines flight from Wichita, Kansas, collided with an Army Black Hawk helicopter and plunged into the Potomac River last night. The jet had 60 passengers on board and a crew of 4. 3 soldiers were aboard the helicopter. No reports of any survivors yet. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
2 West Haven police officers were shot, and the suspect was killed as a search warrant was being executed in New Haven yesterday morning. The injuries to the West Haven police officers were described as non-life-threatening.
Thank God.
Thoughts and prayers to the cops and the families there.
Yep.
We're going to get to the CEO of Fine Fettle and ask him what's going on. Why won't he be opening a 10th location in Connecticut? But first, we have two Bigfoot experts, both named Chris.
Right.
Both from Connecticut. Chris Reinhardt, creator of Discovered Sasquatch, and Chris from Stratford in the Jeep. Hey, Chris.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
Hey, I'm not the expert.
Okay.
There's a guy who lives in Litchfield County who's written a couple books. His name is Chris Marola, and I was wondering if the Chris I'm talking to collaborates with him and what he thinks about his work.
Yeah, no, I've run into Chris before.
That doesn't sound good.
It's the Chris Club.
I don't know. We didn't hit it off too well. I mean,
it happens.
Why did you have
styles,
two different theories?
Yeah, just 2 different guys doing 2 different things. That's all. No hard feelings or anything. But yeah, no, I know I read his book. I know exactly where he had his encounters. So I'm not nothing bad to say about the guy. It's just that we just didn't. We went out a couple times.
Different directions.
Chris, I gotta let you go.
Yeah,
That's
seriously.
it's too loud.
Yeah.
Thank God I felt like I was near the ocean.
Loud. Today.
All right, we're gonna take one more, and then I got to get to our CEO of Fine Fettle. We got to. Oh wait, who's on the phone here? Is this Bigfoot on the phone?
Oh. Bigfoot. Hello.
Okay. Yeah. David in Ridgefield.
Hey, yeah. Well, good morning, guys.
Hi.
Morning.
A quick one. The Patterson video they showed on Discovery a few years back ended up being a fake. I don't know if you guys ever caught up with that one, but I saw something late night. I want to know if you guys ever saw it. There was a video. I don't know if it was Scotland or up in Buffalo where that other Loch Ness Monster was, but there was a Loch Ness Monster with a Bigfoot in his mouth. So I was
that's every conspiracy theorist's dream.
Yep.
So what do you think? I mean, I saw him on the beef jerky commercial, so I'm not quite sure it's fake. But
wow.
I mean, is there any chance that these creatures could be eating all the Bigfoots?
All right, it's a question.
All right, switch your weed, man.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
All right, David, thank you. Chris, have you ever found scat from a Bigfoot, and what does it look like?
There's been lots of DNA samples that have been. So we're actually in the middle of a huge DNA thing going on right now at the University of North Carolina. There's been hundreds of samples sent in from across America, and there was even a whole hand, like a hand that was gotten from a police department that is in for DNA sampling right now.
Wow. So, oh boy. I'll keep us posted on that one.
So to go with mine, just real quick, there was a DNA study done a few years ago, and the samples came back. The female was human, but the male was unknown.
Oh. It's a smear campaign.
So they can't. And it was numerous samples, and they got the same results out of all the samples. The male was unknown. So again, if you go with the Nephilim or the Anunnaki, or you think it's an angel DNA or whatever, I don't know. I can't tell you that, but that would be unknown to man because we wouldn't have that on our files, you know. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's doing that study? Is that like Melba Ketchum or?
Yeah, Melvin Ketchum did those, and now this one, Doug Hychek from Monster Quest. He's doing that. He's a good friend of mine. We just went up to Snellgrove Lake in Canada. We had some crazy stuff go on up there. That's in they drop you off by bush plane and then leave you there for 6 days. And
holy cow!
Yeah, there's no light. You're searching for noise. There's nothing up there for 500 square miles except for the 5 of us.
Damn.
Huh.
So
I gotta let you go, but before we do, I just want to play some audio that you gave us of your encounter with a Bigfoot. Wait a minute, that's not it.
Hey,
that would be cool if you had something that close.
Also, he breaks into a band.
Right.
Oh, Bigfoot is funky.
We'll play the audio the next time you're on, Chris.
Right. Well, Ruth talked about me coming in this time, and I couldn't do it, but I would love to come down and bring casts and bring pictures and bring everything for
All
you
right,
guys.
let's do it.
Yeah, why not?
I just want to say thank you for keeping it cool. You know, most people don't take this subject too serious. I just want people to be aware that, you know, if I could share some of my stories.
Yeah.
I had an experience one time, and I'll let you go real quick. And I'm not going to tell you the whole experience, but it was really scary. And then the next day, I seen a lady and 3 little kids going on the same trail, and they don't have any clue that these things could be in the woods, in the forest. And if that happened to them, I don't know if it would have been the same outcome as me knowing what was going on. So I just want people to be aware.
I hear you.
That there could be something in the forest. I can't tell them that, 100%. They have to find out for themselves. And I appreciate you guys being really good about this and not, trolling me and, picking on stuff and having a guest on.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. It means a lot, and thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. All right, Chris Reinhardt.
Cool.
All right, we're going to shift gears here.
Okay.
Talk about weed.
Nice. We have him the whole time?
Benjamin Zaks is on. He's the Chief Operating Officer of Fine Federal Dispensary. And I heard that you will not be opening a 10th location in Connecticut.
Well,
hey,
if I find Bigfoot, I might have to get near there because we might get a lot of traffic.
Right?
No kidding.
Store.
Seriously, man. No
I mean,
spokesperson.
Could we get any better publicity than being near Bigfoot? But as of now, that's right. And it's good to be back on, guys. Nice to hear your voices.
Thank you.
Speak to you. But yeah, Connecticut has rules around how far our locations have to be from each other. And so as we looked around the state and putting them 20 miles, it became really hard to place our last locations. And so after Waterbury, West Hartford, and we're applying right now in North Haven, we might not be using our last license just because of the structure in the state.
Which location is the busiest?
For us, Newington is our busiest location in the state.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I think because there's so much traffic on the Berlin Turnpike, and also because it was one of the first 5 that opened adult use that first day. We've got about 120 parking spots there. And most importantly, our staff is incredible and keep the customers that we've had from day one. So that's really what it's about.
Nice.
Do you do business in other states?
Yeah, we're in Massachusetts. We've got a store in West Springfield and then one north of Boston. And then I'm actually in Georgia right now because we are one of the first 6 licensees in that state. So getting that program set up here.
Of the 3 states that you're working with now, which one, how would you list them in order of good places to do business?
Good places. So for us, Connecticut's been our best state. We have our grow coming online right now. We've got the 9 stores. We have pretty good market share. In Massachusetts, the market, though, is significantly bigger, but it's really saturated. There's almost 300 stores, probably too many stores in Massachusetts. There's grows and stores closing across the state. And then for us, Georgia is it's a really small program. It just got going last year, basically. So there's only 20-ish thousand patients. But from a doing business perspective, Georgia's really great and easy. Local zoning.
Figured. Yeah. Connecticut's never described us like a place that's so easy to do business.
Right. Never, ever.
Yeah.
Not exactly, but Connecticut's got its perks. I think like our program is really specific and clear. The rules are set out for us, and we're so closely regulated that understanding exactly what we need to do actually makes our life a lot easier because there's not so much gray area that we can get caught in.
And what would you suggest for someone who just wants to be mellow? Like no paranoia. I just want to be mellow.
Right.
Do you have the clip of me going bananas 2 days ago? Hold on. I'm going to play you something. Phil's going to play it. You're going to hear something. And then tell me what you would recommend for me at Fine Federal.
Yeah.
All right. It's going to take a second to find it.
Right.
Come up with a Super Bowl square. I'm coming after you. Is this bananas? The Super Bowl. Let me ruin it for everyone. Do you get invited to parties?
Of course not.
Call this guy and say, shut up. They sit there all year, do nothing, and then it's like, oh, Super Bowl? Ha ha ha! I have an announcement. Really?
This is after they announced that you can't legally have a Super Bowl square thing unless you have a license.
Right.
That was my reaction.
Right.
To
So
it.
what would you recommend for that?
That was like 7% of it.
What would you?
How would you calm that down?
Yeah. What would you recommend?
Well, before anything, a deep breath, I think, is a really good idea.
Deep breath, okay. Right.
My wife tells me that all the time.
Or deep
A
toke.
deep breath, maybe a cold shower.
Right.
It's going to raise their heart rate, but it might lower it. But for me, I think you need something with a quicker onset. So probably smoking or vaping, and more likely an indica versus a sativa, which will calm you down, put you more in the couch, and
what's it called?
Indica.
And
Indica
in the couch, and then the only thing that should be really tensing you up is that your smile has gotten too big, but the rest of your body should stay pretty calm.
Nice.
Okay, so you want a nice calming one, right?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you need that, but hey, boxes are tough business, and if you get the wrong vertical and horizontal access, then the stress might come right back.
What does that mean?
The boxes, it's a left and a right. So there's the upside and the downside, and each team has the numbers. Do you know what you're betting on and getting mad about the boxes?
Oh, that. You're talking about the problem.
Right.
I'm talking about like masking the problem.
I've got the masking, but I think the root cause is really where your issue lies.
Well, it's the government interference and everything fun.
Right. So
fun.
Yeah. Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Set the Monday after it's set, the Department of Consumer Protection commissioner comes out and says, "Hey, no, be wary.
Right.
Don't get involved in these things that are illegal."
Hey, as somebody who's regulated by the Department of Consumer Protection, I have only love for them. They are perfect. I want them exactly the way they are. No comment.
Right.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did.
That was good.
Yeah,
but for us, they're a great regulatory body. Super Bowl squares, though, I love a good Super Bowl square.
There you go. See? And
Exactly.
And a good indica.
Exactly. All right, so indica in the couch?
Yeah, that's probably best for you, and probably something that will hit right away. So no 40-minute onset edible
Nice.
for you.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, instantaneous.
That's
always
the
best.
problem. People, I've only encountered this once. I didn't like the taste. It was homemade.
Okay.
And I didn't like the feeling. So then I'm like, this is not for me.
All right.
I used to smoke weed. I don't smoke anymore. I drink beer and some tequila on the weekends, and that's it. But I would love to replace the calories of beer and tequila with something like this. You eat one of these things and chill out.
Right.
But my experience hasn't been great. The first one.
Yeah.
And it was homemade.
Yeah. And fast acting's great. Like by the time you put that thing out, you got a 4-foot thick forehead.
I think that's the problem most people have is like, am I waiting 20 minutes? Am I waiting an hour?
Yeah,
What,
no.
like, why is it different?
Yeah.
There are a lot of great stories that start with, well, I took one, I felt nothing, then
So
I took another.
Took another.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's one of the differences between coming into the store and just baking yourself, right? It's easy to grow weed. It's hard to grow good weed.
Yeah.
And then it's really hard to make consistent edibles because what you're doing is you're trying to make something homogeneous, right? All the same. So you don't have the brownie story of the way too strong brownie and the hot spots. And also, this is scientific, so you know what you're getting better from us. It's tested. You know what it's supposed to do to you. And so there's much more understanding coming into our store versus when you're sort of flying willy-nilly like you might have X number of years ago from the kitchen-made brownie that your friend dropped off.
We should do an edible show.
Nice.
Like, we'll go record it off somewhere, and then we'll, edit it down.
If you could send the ratings of that one to me after versus your regular day, I would love to.
I think it might be good.
Nice.
All right, we're going to have you back soon. Thank you for coming on. And thanks for setting up camp here in Connecticut.
Yes.
No, happy to be here, and let us know of any Bigfoot sightings, please.
Where are you on that? Where are you on that? Where are you on that?
Okay, with the clips. All right, thank you. Benjamin Zachs, Chief Operating Officer of Fine Fettle Dispensary. Chaz and AJ in the morning, 99.1 PLR. Jimmy Koplik, Live Nation, next. Said Jimmy Koplik, Live Nation, and immediately the phones go bananas.
Boom.
I think there are lots of questions for you, Jimmy.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Chaz and AJ in the morning, 99.1 PLR. I didn't know this. I should have conferenced Jimmy in with Fine Fettle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no.
That is my dispensary.
Look at that.
That's who I go to.
What would you recommend for an edible?
I don't do edibles. I
Yeah.
vape, and I smoke.
Smoke.
I don't do
okay.
it. I'm
Smoke's
afraid of
better.
edibles.
Yeah.
If I got on with the guy, I'd say, should I be afraid of edibles? Because I love candy. I think I'd overdose on it.
Right. Hit the wrong M&Ms. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
My
But,
friend has a great story of, I ate some, nothing happened, and then I ate some more.
Right.
It's a great story.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I smoke myself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No
the
edibles.
safest.
Yeah.
But I buy pre-rolls now that I'm in my 70s. I don't roll myself anymore.
Nice.
Yeah, so I buy pre-rolls.
That's cool.
Did you have those rolling machines back in the day? Remember those?
I remember them very well, but
Yeah.
I was very good at rolling, let me tell you. So I didn't need that damn machine.
I would think that you were an expert at rolling.
I was really good at it. I could have made a living out of rolling joints.
Oh, my God. So you've rolled for some of the biggest artists on the planet.
Yes, I have, actually, and they've complimented me on it, actually.
I was going to say,
that's when you know you're a great roller.
They appreciate it, yeah.
Yes, Jerry Garcia complimented me once on my rolling.
It doesn't get any higher than that's should be on your resume.
That's an endorsement right there.
You know what? I'm working on getting Outlaw Festival back into Connecticut this year, and maybe I'll show off in front of Willie Nelson.
Nice. Show Willie how it's done.
But you know how people, like, either for movies or restaurants, they have quotes from famous people? Some of your quotes should be, rolls the best joints in the business. No, rolls the best joints I've ever seen. Jerry Garcia.
Right.
I've rolled for the I've rolled for the biggest potheads in the country.
Wow.
That's,
Yeah.
How
Name
about
some
that
of the
one?
people
That's a good line.
Yeah, that's great. Like, who have you rolled for?
David Lee Roth.
Jesus.
Wow.
Eddie Van Halen.
Wow.
Jerry Garcia, Mickey Hart, Bob Weir.
Wow.
Let's see, who else have I rolled for? I tried for Ian Anderson. He got offended by it, so I walked away. He thought it was very unprofessional.
Seems like he would smoke out of like one of those pipes you'd see with a guy in a library.
Standing on one leg.
I don't know. He and I were in our 20s. I thought it was pretty cool when I was doing it, but he didn't really appreciate it.
Oh.
And he's a good friend. So
Did he not want it rolled?
I think he thought I wanted to smoke before the show, and he was really not into smoking before the show.
He wants afterwards, yeah.
So I think that's why Ian got upset over it.
Okay.
So
I've seen some of your Jethro Tull shows, and at the height of his, Jethro Tull stuff bursting out and Stormwatch album.
Yeah.
You can't smoke and go on and do that. What they were doing. It was like Frank Zappa. Like the music was so intricate.
Yeah, you can't miss it.
You don't go out there stoned.
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I one of the great moments I remember is the first time seeing Ian Anderson on stage, and I didn't know what to expect, and I'm standing in the audience, and this guy with hair down to his tush hops out on the stage, hopping across the stage, playing the flute. I said, either I have just tripped or something is going crazy here.
You look at your joint and you're like, what the hell is in this?
The hell did I
Exactly.
buy? Damn, man.
I need to reevaluate.
This guy hopping around.
I'm like, anybody else see this?
You gotta look around. It's like, Shelly, is this a...
Please tell me you see this.
Nuts.
It was good for me. No, Shelley was straight, so it was great.
Wow.
All the bands wanted to hang with me.
Right. So that's a good pair. You got to have one that's like, hey, I relate to the artist, and the artists see that I'm cool, and then the other guy, it's like, okay, he's
he counted the money.
Right.
Make sure I counted correctly.
Right. When's the business? Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how fast a couple of hits will just make me so stupid.
Yep.
Like, you think I'm dumb now.
In a good way.
See me after a couple of hits of weed.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
cow.
I'm fun when I'm stoned. That's what I've been told.
I don't know, Chaz, we have to work on him again. I mean, AJ, we got to work on Chaz again.
Yeah, we do.
Sit him down and get him some indica like Ben. Is that his name?
Okay.
Feinfettel, Ben?
I think
Get
so.
him to,
Benjamin Zacks. Yeah.
Benjamin Zacks.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
You know what happens, Jimmy? I go into retirement, and then the first time I get stoned, I laugh and I laugh and I laugh, and I'm like, this is awesome.
It's fun, yeah.
And then the next time, so then I'll be like, and then a couple of weeks later, I'll try it again, and I laugh and laugh, and then whoom, paranoid.
Oh,
like I got to go hide in my own house.
Wow, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do not know when is enough. I don't do it anymore, but the last time I did, I used to think I'll just have a few and then I'll be fine. I can hang with everybody else who does this on a regular basis. And I'm like, I am violently uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, and I'll take a couple of hits and then I'll ride it out for a while. And
that's the thing. You got to just stop.
Periodically throughout the rest of the evening, I'll just keep on, I'll take another hit.
Well, I think old me. I used to,
hit.
when I was young, my friend and I, we'd buy a bag and we smoked the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, no.
Weed wasn't that good. Now you just take a hit and you're like, boom.
Yeah.
Done.
I got one bowl lasts me all night long, to be honest with you.
All right, Jimmy Koplik, Live Nation on the show right now. Anthony in Brantford, what's your question for Jimmy?
I would like to know if he knows exactly how many shows he's actually promoted over the years.
Wow.
That's a great question that I don't have an answer for, but I've been doing it for 56 years, and I have to average, 200-300 shows in the old days, and now 400 or 500 shows a year this year.
Oh my God!
So I guess it's 15 to 20,000.
Wow.
Somewhere in there.
Did you just do that math in your head?
No. I mean, I did it in my head. Yeah, I don't know if I'm right though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mathematically figured it out correctly, but I figured.
Well, keep up the good work. Yeah. We all appreciate it, Jimmy. Thank you.
Seriously.
Thank you.
Have a good day, folks.
Thank you.
You too, then.
20,000 shows.
Wow.
And how many tickets per show would you say average?
Probably 5 to 6,000 a show.
That's a lot of happy folks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, we have at the Amp in Bridgeport over 200,000 a year.
I love that place.
In Xfinity, we have over 300,000 people a year.
Jimmy,
Oakdale, we have over 200.
This year, you have to, when someone walks through the gate at one of your places, it has to be like, you're the 1 millionth Copley concert goer.
Right, balloons fall.
Well, we're working on that at the Amp in Bridgeport right now. We're adding everything up, and we don't know if we're going to hit 1 million this year, because even though it's our 5th season, the first season was a half a season because of COVID.
Right.
So we're going to hit 1 million people either this year or next year.
Damn.
Just there.
Wow.
Just at the Amp.
Damn.
Yeah.
If you think 20,000 shows and the average is somewhere between 5 and 6,000, that's already 110 million people.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
if you made $1 off of every ticket, Jimmy, why are you up right now?
I wouldn't talk to me either.
I wouldn't talk to me.
It really shows you where my life is at, doesn't it?
Andre and Derby.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Dude. So Jimmy, you made a subtle reference some months back, and now I just saw that he's confirmed a headline in the M3 Festival in Maryland. Any Connecticut confirmation for David Lee Roth?
Well, we tried to put him into. I saw that too, and we wanted to bring him into Mohegan Sun, and we couldn't come to an agreement on the date that he wanted to do. So hopefully in the fall we'll get David Lee Roth in there.
That'd be
but
great.
I'd love to see him live.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, he's going to get the Van Halen at this point.
Is he doing Van Halen?
Oh, he's got to be.
He's got to, right?
Yeah,
no one wants to hear.
I would think
damn good
and show tunes.
Yeah.
Right. But that Eat 'em and Smile album is great, though. Can't deny that.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I
That's
agree.
a great album.
Yeah.
The remake of Tobacco Road made the original sound fake.
Came out swinging, man.
Yeah.
Shy Boy, yeah. Very cool.
All right. Thank you, Andre.
I see.
All right. There were a lot of shows announced and shows going on sale and shows Jimmy's working on now that maybe he'll give us a little hint for, and you could get it out of him. Call 203-882-9757. You can call or text that number. More with Jimmy Copley, Live Nation, coming up.
Most sunny, breezy, low to mid-30s today, wind chill in the 20s, 25 now in Brantford.
All right, we do have some delays out there through Derby, Route 8 southbound between exit 18 and 14, looking at some volume delays, adding up to about 10 to 15 minutes of additional travel right now. We also have volume delays 95 southbound, going to start in Norwalk around exit 16, heaviest reported through Stamford between exit 9 and exit 6, and on the Merritt Parkway, it's going to be Norwalk again. That's exit 40 through to Stamford at exit 36. This traffic report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org. That's your Chaz and AJ Connecticut Lottery traffic.
Window Nation.
60%
off. That's 60.
Wow.
60. 60.
Damn, man.
Make sure you tell them.
Yes.
60. I want 60% off.
60.
60% off all window styles, plus pay nothing with no interest for 2 full years.
Wow.
866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION. or windownation.com. Tell them Chaz and AJ sent you.
Do it.
60% off all style windows, plus pay nothing with no interest for 2 years. windownation.com.
True.
Jimmy Koplik, Live Nation, on the show. You could call about any act or artist that you're interested in, but also just questions about artists backstage.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Rolling.
203-882-9757. Call or text. Let's go right to Matt on the road. Matt?
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Hey.
Jimmy, I got a question. What's up with Dave not coming to Xfinity in Hartford for the last 2 years on a summer tour?
Well, last year he took the week off, and we were in that 1 week that he had planned to play. This year, Boston Calling has a radius clause that stopped Dave from playing Hartford and Mansfield in Massachusetts.
Bummer.
There you go.
Yeah, so if
Bummer.
Dave,
It is a bummer.
Yeah.
it is a
We need
bummer,
some
no
good
question.
Weekend Dave. That's what we need.
I'm with you 100%. I hope for next year. But, he goes to Mohegan every year, so at least we'll get some Mohegan Sun shows.
Yeah, it's a mortgage payment.
Well, I don't set their ticket prices.
Right.
I get complaints about mine. I understand that, but I don't set Mohegans. They set their own.
Hey, what about Greta Van Fleet? Are they coming around Connecticut anytime soon?
They're talking about touring in the summer, and we're hoping for a Mohegan Sun show.
Awesome.
They sell out immediately.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thank you. This is why you want to get friends of Jimmy. Any spots left in that?
Yes, there are 42 spots left. That's it.
You want to explain this again? It's like $300 and something, right?
$325. We will email you when all shows go on sale. You can just email us back what you want, and we will email you your tickets. That's simple. We also will give you 20 to 30 shows worth of comps and they're good shows. They're not crappy shows. They're good shows. And it's a great system, and we have a 90% renewal rate every year, so very few slots open up. So if you're in, you're in, and it's been running now 21 years without fail.
Nice.
What a great thing for the hot shows.
Yeah.
It's the only ticket club in the country.
That's awesome.
Is that right?
Yep.
Huh.
It's the only one. No scalping prices. You just pay the face value.
Zach Brown Band.
Yes, playing Mohegan Sun in April.
Tickets on sale for that yet?
Yes, they are.
Is it sold out?
About 400 tickets left.
Well,
that's close.
That's close, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's dangerously low.
Tool?
No touring plans that I'm aware of this year.
Stephen Wilson?
Stephen Wilson is doing a tour but not playing Connecticut.
Sturgill Simpson?
Hopefully we'll have a Sturgill date in the AMP in Bridgeport this summer. Working on it now.
Metallica?
No plans. They're a stadium act right now, so who knows? Maybe Rentschler next year, but not this year.
Right. Any news on Rentschler? Anything going to be coming to Rentschler in 2025?
We're working on getting people to play, but right now nobody's planned. But we are ready to go. We're ready to open it up.
Oh, no kidding.
Nice.
Yep, we're ready to open it up right now.
So you're just looking for the right act?
We're looking for the right act. It is late. It's February. The end of this week is February already. Most stadium acts have set their tours already. So I would think there's a much better chance for 2026.
What about Billy Joel? Any news on him coming to Connecticut?
3 weeks from Saturday. Mohegan Sun.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
No.
How the hell did I miss that?
So I guess yes.
I think it's sold out immediately.
So I guess yes.
It did sell out right away.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it was a blink.
That will be the next show I cover, actually.
Nice.
Volbeat or Buckcherry?
Volbeat, hopefully a summer tour. Talking to Mohegan Sun about it now. No word on Buckcherry at all. I almost said the wrong word.
That's what dump buttons are for.
Oopsie.
Chris in North Branford.
Good morning, guys. Jim, is blackberry smoke coming around to this area this year?
Not as of now, but we are talking about a possible Oakdale show in the fall. But right now they're doing some summer dates with Tedeschi Trucks. We have Steve Winwood on our summer date in Connecticut.
What a great show that's going to be.
Yes, it is.
Oakdale would be fantastic for them.
Yeah, they're a good band.
There's the hint.
I'm coveting to see him. I got to see him. Also, Joe Jackson, has he been any tour plans for him?
Joe Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah, where's he been?
I freaking love Joe Jackson.
Yeah, I love Joe Jackson too. Well, if he toured, he'd be a good Toads play, but right now, no word on touring.
I saw him play at Toad's Place over 40 years ago.
I was going to say, that was a while ago.
Amazing.
I was there also.
Wow.
Great show. Yep, I remember that show.
Oh, well.
So you think of him as at Toads and not Oakdale?
Yeah. He's one of those artists you never know what he's going to sing. And I think his popularity has dipped a little because of that. is she going out with him? Well, we hope he plays that, but you never really know.
Right. Sunday papers, who knows if he'll play it.
Exactly.
So he's like a Van Morrison.
One more time, things like that, yeah.
He doesn't make the playlist to make the fans happy.
Right.
It's what he feels like doing that night.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Van Morrison's like that. You're totally right. And there are a number of artists that are like Neil Young's like that, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do we hear him? I think he did Cinnamon Girl, the second song, which was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ed in North Haven.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
I'm got a question about. I heard something about a concert at Yankee Stadium with Billy Joel and Rod Stewart.
Yes.
Yes. In July.
Yes.
It's on sale.
Okay. They're on sale now?
Yep.
Oh, where do I go get those tickets?
Ticketmaster.
Oh, Ticketmaster. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, there's this thing called Google, too. If you type those words in, Billy Joel, Rod Stewart, Yankee Stadium, the link will come up. But be careful.
Wait. Don't take my job away from me. This show will end. Let me give that information.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But for the first couple of links are usually sponsored and not great. You're going to pay a lot more for the tickets. You got to look for the Live Nation link, right, Jimmy?
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right.
You're welcome.
Ed, good luck.
Good luck.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Yes, March 12th.
Total Mortgage Arena. Why not the amp?
Because it's March.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, a little too cold for Kevin.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's small.
Let me do the math on that one.
He's small, not very warm.
I'd be a great concert promoter. How come no one's coming to Xfinity in March?
It's snowing. There's a snowman taller than Kevin on stage.
I only sold 3 tickets.
I can't understand him through all the teeth chattering.
How come there's a snowman?
This is why Jimmy is Jimmy.
Right.
All right, more questions and calls for Jimmy. Plus, this day in Copley concert history. A couple legends played on this date back in 1990.
Ooh. So we're looking at most sunny, breezy day today. Low to mid-20s, wind chill in the 20s, 25 now in West Haven.
We're seeing some delays. Route 8 southbound. That's going to be primarily through Derby. Between exit 18 and 14, looking at about 20 minutes of additional travel with the increased volume delays. In New Haven, 95 southbound, we've got delays reported now. That's between exit 46 and 43, about 10 to 15 minutes of delays there. 95 southbound, heaviest delays still through Stanford, exit 9 to exit 6. And on the Merritt Parkway, that'll be Norwalk between exit 40 and 36 in Stanford. This traffic report brought to you by Compassion International. Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and more for a child in poverty. And there are thousands of kids who've been waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor Child with Compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393. That's your Chaz and AJ Connecticut Lottery traffic.
Catholic Live Nation on the show, taking your calls, 203-882-9757. You can call or text. Somebody wanted to know, have you had any experiences with Ace Frehley?
No, I mostly have dealt with Gene and Paul, not really with Ace.
Yeah, he just seemed like he couldn't keep up with those guys.
Right.
Well, they were very anti-drugs, and Ace had a problem back in the day. I don't know how he is now, but and he used to come up to New Haven concerts a lot because he lived in Westchester. He lived in Bedford, I think, and he'd come up in a DeLorean. Remember those cars?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
He had a DeLorean, and we absolutely let him backstage as a guest for other shows. And I would walk him to the artist dressing room at the time, but didn't get really friendly with him. And by the end of the night, he literally had to be dragged back to his car. And,
back to the mothership.
Thank God he was in a DeLorean, because it's like a tank.
Yeah.
And we were all afraid for him driving home.
Right.
But that was in the 70s. 80s.
So but you see that and you say, I mean, you could, as a concert promoter who has seen everything, the beginning of all these brilliant careers, Bruce Springsteen, Elton John, Billy Joel, goes on and on and on. You could see the ones that party a little bit too much. You probably think, well, they're not going to see their full potential.
Yeah, look, I don't know how many people that are listening grew up in the 70s, but it was pretty wild, the 70s.
Yeah.
It was sort of like
no man's
Caligula, you know what I mean? And everybody did what they wanted to do, including the promoter. So it was, we didn't realize how screwed up we were until it was when Len Bias died, the basketball player up in Boston. And we realized drugs could kill. We never thought about being killed by drugs. But a guy like Bruce Springsteen never was a druggie.
Right.
So
he was always concentrating on the career part of it.
Yeah, he was never like that. He was different. And you're 100% right. The people that got screwed up sometimes didn't come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a real problem.
Foo Fighters. Any sign of life from them?
None at all.
Huh.
Wow.
None at all. I hope they stay together. I now that Taylor is dead, I wonder if they can even stay together. I don't know.
Well, they got that drummer,
right?
And then they played. Did they play Boston Calling last year?
Yes, they did. That was in May, and the incident happened during the summer.
I think it was August that the announcement came out.
Has he played since the debacle with his whatever? That whole family?
No.
Not
that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I knew it was bad when they didn't jump onto this LA fire thing. Because I was like, if there's an event where they could come back and be welcomed, it'd be that, and they're nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
All right, that's on tonight, isn't it? Yeah, it's tonight.
Yeah, you put family first on that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was out there cooking for people, but they're not performing.
Right. AC/DC. Besides, almost being arrested or getting in handcuffs because of them. Any other behind the scenes? I would think that they're kind of an odd bunch backstage.
Well, they are an odd bunch. They really keep to themselves. Of course, I've met them a few times, and as you said, I almost went to jail for them, which I hope they appreciate one day. They didn't win this tour,
right?
They didn't get a date, but they are keep to themselves sort of guys, and I think people get a sense of that because they don't tour regularly. They really are homebodies, and they're not even playing New York on this tour.
Yeah,
that's weird. Isn't that
very weird? I looked into it, and MetLife and Citi Field had no available dates.
Wow.
Which band? I know we talked about Queen because there was this time, and a lot of the partying, by the way, happened before the concert industry became the business to make the money in. It was, we're going to play live to promote the album.
Yeah.
And the album is what we make money off of.
Right.
This is back when tickets were $6.50, $7.50, and $8.50.
Remember those?
And I mean $8.50,
right.
Not $850.
Right.
But when was it that you knew, okay, we're not going to be able to handle the sound over the PA of these stupid megaphones, in these places we're booking these bands, we got to start upping the sound game and the light game?
It started with the arena play because when I started in the business, artists did not really play arenas; they played theaters, and we would just plug in, like you just said, into the theater sound system,
right?
And the public was fine with it. It was unbelievable, but it was much cheaper for bands to tour. They didn't have any trucks; they just had to bring their equipment to the show, and we plugged everything into the sound system. But when we went to the arenas, and it was the New Haven Arena, and it was the New Haven Coliseum, the artists had to bring sound systems because they couldn't handle the music through the arena sound system because it was too much power to put into it. And we would blow it. We blew Springfield out once.
Oops.
With Kiss.
How much did that cost?
Oh, no. It didn't cost me anything.
That's your problem,
never pay
Gene.
for a nickel.
Even better. Even better.
On this day in 1990, Frank Sinatra at the Knickerbocker Arena in Albany, New York.
The opening show of that arena. It's now 35 years old, that arena.
What was that like, preparing a show for Frank Sinatra? Were there particular demands?
Yes, he loved red wine. We had to have red wine backstage in his dressing room. One of the great gentlemen I've ever met. He would always ask to meet me, which was an honor for me to meet him.
Right.
And I would go up to Frank, and he would thank me for the sellout show because he always sold out. And I said, Mr. Sinatra, you're the one on stage. I'm not. But he said, you're the one paying me the money, and you're the one who's advertising the show. So without you, I couldn't sell out.
See? Appreciate it. Nice.
And that was
that's class.
Gentlemanly you get from such a giant star to hear that. And every show I did with him, I probably did 15 concerts with him, and he always wanted to thank me.
Nice.
What a class act.
Yeah, it really was.
You're the goods.
Yeah.
You're the goods.
All right, Jimmy, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you next week.
You got it, guys.
Oh, wait, before I let you go.
Yeah.
Is anything going to be announced, like, between now and next Thursday?
Before you go.
Yeah.
Well, of course something's going to be announced, that's for sure. Has time run out yet, or do I have to answer this question? Well, I'll tell you. Let me tell you.
All right.
We're going to announce Outlaw Fest next week with
Nice.
Willie Nelson. And I think that it's going to be up in Hartford this year. It's going to be at Xfinity. And I think it's a fabulous show.
Who's on it?
Willie Nelson.
Nice.
Us.
And others.
A bunch of outlaws.
And others, yeah.
All right. Can we have you on the day that gets announced?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely. It's February 3rd. What
The
day is that,
announcement.
Monday?
Monday? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you Monday.
You got it.
All right.
Great.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Okay.
All right, coming up in news, some of the crazy Super Bowl prop bets and conspiracy theories.
Mostly sunny, breezy day today, low mid-30s. The wind chill in the 20s, 25 now, Woodbridge.
Yeah, we are looking at delays. Route 8 southbound, that's going to be Derby between exit 18 and 14. About 20 to 25 minutes of additional travel now expected. We do have some construction also heading northbound Route 8 in Ansonia. They got the left lane closed for that. That's between exit 20 and 22. We're also looking at traffic 95. That's going to be through Stanford, exit 9 to exit 6, heading southbound. Delays now expected. Wow, about 30, maybe 40 minutes. This traffic report brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline, 877-MAD-HELP, or visit mad.org. That's your Chaz and AJ Connecticut Lottery traffic.
Hey. You know who we saw in the building yesterday?
Oh.
Kevin from Pepe's. Did you see him?
Yes. Seeing him is great.
Oh, my God. He always brings pizza.
Yep, exactly.
This is Chaz and AJ for Frank Pepe Pizzeria. For 100 years, Pepe's has been serving world-famous New Haven-style abites. There's nothing like it anywhere. They created it.
Yep. The OGs.
Crispy, chewy, charred crust.
Delicious.
Oh, man. They had this, it was sausage, bacon, and ragout.
Oh.
Ugh.
I mean, come on.
Nuts.
Come on.
Nuts.
Yep.
Pepe's, family owned, never franchised, and every location stays true to its roots with coal-fired ovens designed just like the original.
Yep.
Each Pepe's pizza is baked with that signature char that makes the New Haven style be so special. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. Wouldn't that be great for a big game party?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
That's what you want, man.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
That's the party people will show.
Exactly.
You don't say, you say, I'm having a big game party and we're having Pepe's. It's
Right.
like, okay.
Right. Guess
Perfect.
what? They're all coming.
I'll bring me and napkins.
Right. And my appetite.
100 years of a beats with Frank Pepe Pizzeria Napolitano. Go to pepespizzeria.com for a location near you. Passionate about pizza since 1925. All right, before we get to Super Bowl stuff here, you should know that there were 2 officers from West Haven shot yesterday in New Haven as they were executing a search warrant. Their injuries are described as non-life threatening, thank God.
Yes.
And the suspect is dead. So apparently they were executing a search warrant, apparently for drugs, I think.
Yeah.
And they knock, they announce themselves, they break the door in, and all hell broke loose.
Yep.
And this wasn't just shots fired, craziness for 20 seconds, and it was over. It was a standoff. They were yelling back and forth, and there was an 8-year-old, a mom, and a grandmother in the house along with the suspect.
Yeah.
Eventually, they realized they're not communicating anymore with the suspect, so in one of those exchanges, they hit him.
Yeah.
And he died.
Yeah.
But, Thoughts and prayers to the police officers and their families.
Yes.
A thank you to them.
Thank you so much.
And I'm a little embarrassed that, they're not protected.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Time to back the loop.
Not seeing any comments from
nothing.
Anyone up there in
Thank God
Hartford.
they're okay, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, why don't they try it?
Yeah, give it a shot.
Go ahead and you take it for a while.
Right.
We'll make the rules, and then why don't you go enforce them for a while, then get back to me.
Right.
Get your facts, come back and see me. And then there's that plane crash in D.C.
They're saying now that that helicopter was blacked out.
It was on a training mission.
Yeah, so it was blacked out. It's like, I guess the plane just didn't see him.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
The tower was talking to the plane, communicating with the plane, talking to the helicopter, and then I think the last thing that was said is, helicopter go behind the plane.
Yeah.
And
the video footage is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I mean, just plowed right into it.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Nope. All right, you want to talk Super Bowl?
Yes.
All right, let's do we have any conspiracy theories? Do we have any prop bets? There's a prop bet that Travis is going to propose to Taylor.
That is definitely not happening.
That would not happen. He would be murdered by his teammates. And I don't think he would pull anything like that on his teammates.
Yeah. Not on the field. That is not happening on the field.
Oh, yeah, upstage the Super Bowl.
Upstage your teammates when they make history.
Oh, yeah. Unless they're planning to leave immediately afterwards and never return.
Yes, you have to just...
I mean, she's got enough money, he can do that.
I think he's got enough, too.
Yeah, but
depending on what kind of life you want to lead.
But she's the breadwinner, yeah. He'd be the kept man.
Yeah, it's a very low percentage on that bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to throw like $1 at it?
Yeah,
right.
Go for it.
Yeah.
But it's got to pay out big time.
Yeah, I wouldn't put much.
That's a 0% chance, I think.
I think so, too.
Yeah. And for good reason.
And plus, you guys get so much attention as it is. Do you need more? Do you need to do it
of course
there?
not, no.
No.
No. No.
Anyone else seeing any prop bets?
I always like when they bet on the color of the liquid that gets dumped on the winning coach.
The Gatorade, yeah.
That's become a problem because now, people who
fill those
see it can make money on it.
Yeah.
So I think that happened the year. I'm not sure if it was the year that Tampa won or the following year, but one of those years, the purple and blue color got merged together into one prop bet because it never happened.
It's fuchsia.
It was like a massive long shot, and a bunch of people did bet on it just because like the payout would be so big. And I think that's exactly what happened. As someone on the sidelines was like, I'm filling all of these things with blue liquid.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, the length of the national anthem, we have to get in on that one next week.
Yep. We do good on that one.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories, too. There's more talk about these refs being connected to, like, having family members of Kansas City.
Right.
There was a video posted of one ref just blatantly placing the ball before the first down marker.
Right.
But giving Kansas City the first down.
Right.
It was pretty nuts.
Yep. There's a nice meme of the coach of Kansas City giving the refs a pep talk. His star players,
Patrick, and then all the refs.
Right.
That's a tough one. Like when you watch it, I'm sure there's going to be some rule changes. They got to up their game in the technology field.
Right.
You can't have these guys making these massive mistakes on the field, and then it determines the outcome of who goes to the Super Bowl, who wins the Super Bowl.
Yep. There's a prop bet, the first touchdown scorer.
The person or the team?
The person. Barkley, of course, is on top of the list at 450.
I mean, he is on a tear.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the first one last week.
Yep.
I mean, he just got his hands on the ball. It was the first play of the game.
Yep.
Playing better and better teams, and he seems to be getting better and better. No one can stop him right now.
He's running full speed, and then he'll twist. He'll turn while running full speed.
How do you do that?
Like the Tasmanian devil.
Exactly.
Did you see, it was probably 2 months ago now, he jumped over somebody backwards?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's like the Matrix.
Like a week later, after the game, I guess apparently they tested him for performance-enhancing drugs. They're like, the human body shouldn't be able to do that. We need to make sure.
Right.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yep.
Who's doing halftime? Someone I don't care about. I know that.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar. He's done it a few times with other acts. Sort of like Bruno Mars had jumped in with some people, and then they're like, here, you can do your own show.
Yeah.
They've run out of acts we care about.
That's true.
I'm surprised Taylor Swift, seems obvious.
Why not? She's
I
there.
think some of these massive artists don't want to do it.
I wouldn't.
Bon Jovi was the big one. They wanted him to do the New York Super Bowl when they had it at MetLife. And he was like, okay. And then he got into the discussion process, and they're like, you can only do these songs. And he was like, no, I'm going to play the songs I want. They're like, no, you got to play these. And he's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I think after that, a lot of big artists were like, well, if that's how it's going to go, I'm
They're
not
using
interested.
the country artists, man. Country artists would be perfect.
Huge right now.
Yeah. I don't know why they're not using them.
Huge right now.
Yeah, you could put in a big country act.
You can plug it right in.
But you're going with these, I don't know, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. Oh, can't wait to see Kendrick.
Yeah.
He was in the news a lot last year because he and Drake had a thing back and forth.
Oh,
so,
who cares?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm saying the
no.
NFL definitely cares because his name was trending for like 9 months out of the year.
Yeah.
Does anybody tune in for that, for the halftime show?
I used to.
I'm already going to be watching. I don't tune out. I know there are people that watch and do the opposite.
Yeah.
The halftime show hits and they're like, well, this is the part that I don't care about. I like to see the whole thing as a spectacle.
Yeah, for many years, I used to look forward to the halftime show and then be awed by it. U2, Bruce,
right?
The Who, I thought was okay.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney, like all those classic rock artists.
Yeah.
That were really playing.
Right.
Prince.
Prince was great.
Prince is, I think, the best ever.
Still raised as the best Super Bowl halftime show ever.
Yeah.
It blew my mind when I was watching it,
I was
and then even
impressed.
now you can go back and rewatch,
And
and
Rain.
it's still excellent.
Yeah, freaking Rain didn't get electrocuted. It was pretty cool. That would have put a damper on things like that.
In those like high heel boots he was wearing, he's
Right.
walking across this wet stage. You see the water,
And he didn't
It's
fall.
amazing.
it's really unbelievable.
Thump. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's an interesting one. Will a player or coach cry during the national anthem?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That did happen at the Kansas City Bills game.
Yeah, they showed the one guy that had the
Yeah.
the American
Oh, that's a
Indian,
good. I like that bet.
That's a good one.
Yeah. More favoring yes than no.
Well, whoever the crier was last time, they're going to put a camera on him this
Yep.
time.
Right, come on.
And now he probably feels the pressure. Like, if I don't cry now,
Moisture.
America will be angry.
Right. Will there be a power outage?
They have put that every year since Beyonce blew out the system at that one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's happened again. I don't think it will happen again.
Right.
A power outage.
Al?
Hey.
Isn't that because they handed that over to Jay-Z? He's in charge of who plays now for halftime?
Yeah, there's a specific booking agent for the Super Bowl halftime show, and for the last
That's right.
5
Jay-Z's
years,
company?
it's been Jay-Z and
That's
his
right.
company.
That's right.
So he only uses artists that are signed under his label.
Wow.
That explains it all. Bye, guys.
Right. Huh. All right, then. So, Kendrick.
Super Bowl foods. This is wrong.
What, to bet on?
Horribly
thank
wrong.
You,
No.
thank you. I noticed that.
The most popular Super Bowl foods by map. Number 1, buffalo chicken dip.
I mean,
The most
just
popular?
anything buffalo chicken. I would have said wings, but dip is fine, I guess.
Wings, man. I mean,
Same
actual-
ingredients,
actual
just all
wings.
together.
Wings, pizza.
Buffalo chicken dip is number 1.
How?
It's easy.
Baked potatoes, number 2.
No! There's not one Super
exactly.
Bowl
Is there-
game I've ever watched where baked potatoes have been on the menu.
I've never seen
No.
one. Yeah, right.
Wrong.
Right. I can't wait for those baked potatoes.
AI made this, and it's wrong.
Yeah, something is really wrong here. Like, they asked the wrong people.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah, what'd you ask?
no way. Less than 1% of households are going to have baked potatoes available
I haven't seen a baked
during
potato
their
in-
Oh,
Super Bowl
in
party.
any party,
Yeah,
really.
this had to be conducted in Idaho.
Right.
And then number 3, fried green tomatoes.
What?
Get out of here. This is no way.
Kathy Bates' house?
I think when you do a poll and these are the results,
Should be the accurate one.
you should throw the results away.
Right.
And say, this was a flawed study.
Right.
And we need to go back to the drawing board. It's pizza, sandwiches, wings.
Exactly.
The big sandwich is iconic.
The big sandwich.
It's almost like,
Yeah.
you know, when you walk in, you don't see, even though I don't
It's
go
not a
for that
party.
anymore.
I do.
If I don't see the sandwich, I'm like, what are you doing over here?
There's got to be a big sandwich, and there's got to be like at least like a couple inches missing already.
What I've seen a lot of these cooking creators do that I follow on social media is they get like a loaf of rolls, like the King's Hawaiian rolls, and they'll cut them all, and then they'll make sliders.
Ooh,
but
sliders.
every like column is like a different flavor.
Nice.
So it'll be
That's
like,
great.
here's your buffalo chicken with your pepper jack cheese. You know, here's your pulled pork. I was
That's
like,
great.
oh man, this
Pulled
looks
pork.
incredible.
That's great. Chaz and AJ.
Hey, good morning, fellas.
Morning.
The baked potatoes, are we sure they're not talking about potato skins?
They're talking about big potatoes. I mean,
They
potatoes.
said baked potatoes.
I mean, potato skins are great.
That is a better option.
yeah.
It's still not one of the most popular.
Right. I mean,
I do serve them at my party. I do.
Wow.
So that's why I
What?
was wondering if
Oh,
that
the
was
potato
okay.
skins?
you got a nice party.
Yeah.
What do you put on top of it? Cheese and bacon and things like that?
Cheese, bacon, and there's sour cream and anything you put on a baked potato.
And,
Really,
what's your address?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
yeah, man.
It gives off a good smell,
Oh,
too.
my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Face first right in there.
Yeah.
Ruth brought
And
the
Taylor
vegan snacks last year.
Oh, yeah,
they were
that's
pretty
right.
good.
Yeah.
Mm.
We had cardboard
Taylor
box.
Swift will never do the halftime show. The NFL can't afford her.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? The budget?
You still got to pay the artist, right?
I guess.
She I think for sure would be taking a pay cut, and I think they
You know what?
they would be
You know
asking
what,
her to
Phil? I don't
curtail.
think she would. She's there to watch her boyfriend, right?
Right, she's off.
She's made that very clear. She's not there to be a spectacle
She's
as
there-
much as she is. 'Cause she's never done the
she
national
doesn't
anthem
really
for him
try
either.
to be. She's in the booth
Right.
rooting. You can't control
Exactly.
what
She's
camera
no
they
different
turn
than
on.
It's glass windows.
They're always going to turn it on when he does something good
Right.
to see
Right.
what she's doing.
Right.
It's the
NFL
same like when
marketing,
Eli
though.
would
That's
show up when
marketing.
Peyton was in the Super Bowl. Like they're
Right.
cutting to Eli half the time, and he's not in the game.
And before they cut to her,
Yeah.
she's doing a headstand, like the keg headstand.
No, but I get annoyed with the camera people. They're doing that because they know there's some people watching this game just for that.
Right.
Yeah,
just
of
for the
course.
2 seconds here, 2 seconds there.
Someone's directing them to do that.
No, but can you imagine being her and you're there and like you can't walk away
Right.
because when he's on the field, because if something happens and they shoot to the booth and you're not there,
She's pulling nachos out.
this becomes a, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like, oh, she doesn't care.
Right.
Like America gets mad. It's like she's not, when she's pulling what?
You see here,
She
nacho.
walked away.
Also,
She worked.
She lifts
she
one
walked
leg.
on defense.
Yeah.
She's not in the window on defense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she could go to the bathroom then.
Right.
Right.
She
Exactly.
can't.
She can
They
pick
can't
her
cut
nose,
to
do
her, and
whatever
she's
she
got like a
wants.
tissue in her
Exactly.
nose or
Right.
something.
Right, or she's sticking a meatball in her mouth.
She can't be doing that.
Right. She bit too much. She's like,
That's what we want to see. Actually, that would be entertaining.
I would make it.
What food item does she have stuffed in her mouth
Right.
Right.
when they go to her next?
Dripping down her chin. We want to see her human like the rest of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Was it a Cowboys game? It was A-Rod went viral, had the popcorn in his mouth.
Right.
Yep. He was a handful of popcorn.
Right. All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate
She
it.
can't afford her, and that's why she doesn't do the national anthem.
All right. Chaz and AJ in the morning. Dumbass news coming up. Sisters in a church melee over dad's eulogy. PLR. 99.1 PLR. Hey. Comedian Dan Brown in studio.
Hey.
Yay.
Hello. All right, let's talk about these sisters who fought in a church over the dad's eulogy.
You sisters.
Oh.
The Florida siblings were arrested Thursday for allegedly battering each other at a Catholic church where their 95-year-old dad's funeral was held.
That's how Dad would have wanted it. Battling girls.
The sibling fight was promoted by the eulogy delivered by Kathleen, 66 years old, at the services for Dr. Arthur Deegan, a former management consultant who in retirement authored several devotional Bible study books.
Oh.
Court records do not indicate whether the melee at the Catholic Church occurred inside the Clearwater Beach Chapel or at a reception that followed.
Wow.
I'm going to guess the reception that followed.
I would think so, yeah. That's a proper place to slap.
That's where the booze is.
Exactly.
Although if you're slapping in a church,
right,
it sounds like a good fight.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like,
Right. Right.
That reverberation,
Oh, my
man.
God. Yeah, the echo. Right.
That's really not the sound I'm looking for.
Yeah, no. You want.
Check 1, 2. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
That's definitely not the church.
Right.
Check 1, 2.
Right.
Munchkin land. According to an arrest affidavit, Kathleen's eulogy did not include a mention of Sister Maureen's 24-year-old daughter, which upset the younger woman and triggered a verbal argument between Kathleen and her niece.
Oh. That's when the fur flew.
Investigators charged that Maureen, 60, walked over to Kathleen and purposely chest bumped her.
Oh. Wow. You score a goal?
That's all it took, huh?
Right. You chest bumped me.
Yeah, some people see that as a sign of celebration.
Right.
Kathleen then grabbed her sister's hair and pulled it backwards.
Oh, it came off in her hand. Ooh.
Damn.
Maureen responded by throwing strikes at Kathleen's face. It's
That's gotta
unclear
hurt.
if it was open or closed hand.
Wow.
I always hear like all these crazy stories about Florida man. It's good that women are stepping up to the plate and
Right.
Ladies, it's your
Being
turn.
garbage.
Exactly right. Entertain us. Do it.
The altercation, which was captured by CCTV system, was then broken up. If they have this on CCTV, well, how do they not know if it was at the church or at the after? And why aren't we seeing video?
It's right there. Where'd you film it?
Right. And where's the audio on this? Like, who didn't pull out the cell phone?
Seriously, you're whiting out on us, man. There's some good stuff out there.
The mutual combat resulted in Kathleen's arrest.
Went from the guy doing sermon to play-by-play.
She was arrested for misdemeanor battery. Maureen was charged with felony battery since her alleged victim was 65 years or older.
Oh.
Damn it.
Damn it. You know, once you make that fist, it just stays closed. I give you such a pinch.
Maureen lives in a $2 million waterfront home, so
Whoa.
she could afford whatever the bail was there.
Damn, man.
Huh.
Oh, she sounds very attractive.
All of a sudden, she's pretty hot.
Right.
You ever see a fight at a family function?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, I learned you don't put Puerto Ricans and Cubans together.
Oh, why is it like...
mix alcohol? No.
Why is that?
Well,
There's some history between the two countries?
There was animosity. At least there was back then in the 1970s. And it was my
Puerto Ricans and Cubans.
Yeah, it was my cousin's wedding.
Seems like you have a lot in common, though. There's a love for flip-flops and tiny shorts.
Yeah, but that's where it ends. That's where it ends.
Hot weather girls.
One's a communist island, one's not. You know.
One's what?
One's a communist island, one is not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
yeah, but those people there, they didn't want to be communists. They were trapped in a communist country.
Yeah, I, for whatever reason, but then what ended up happening was everything was fine.
Is the food similar?
Everything was fine, very similar.
Yeah.
Everything was fine until it was time to tip the limo driver.
How is that the thing that got everyone all hot and bothered?
So it wasn't simmering, and then that set it off?
Both fathers wanted to tip the limo driver.
Oh, it was a machismo thing.
It was a pride.
And that turned into, I'll do it. Shove. Next thing I know, every piece of furniture is busted. Yeah, basically hits. Yeah. All right, good night.
Yeah.
Thank you. Had a wonderful time.
Congratulations to you. And that was my gift, by the way, that was just crunched over there.
Right, yeah. I'm glad to see that big silver bucket came in handy.
Hold on. Duck!
Right.
All right.
Yep.
All right, Granny.
Yep.
Good night.
Yep. Yeah, that hall needed work. And Far Rockaway.
I'm guessing there were switchblades.
No, it wasn't.
No, you're like knife people, aren't you?
It wasn't a recreation of West Side Story. No, it was old school. It was fisticuffs.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, no, it was planting. It was planting 5 across.
Well, then there was some family respect. It's like, I'm not pulling the knife on you. I'm just going to punch you.
Right. Well, you had to check those at the door. So.
Wow, this fight's going on for a while.
Yeah.
See, I'd be tired by now. I'd be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not as mad anymore.
Yeah.
I got to take a break.
I mean, it's all fueled by rum and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Smell the music playing.
Right. Flip flops are
right. Well, everybody was dressed. It wasn't on an island.
I thought you were wearing suits with flip flops.
Yeah, no. We have the pointy shoes that kill the roaches in the corners. Yeah. We have defense climbers.
Wow, they're still going.
Yep.
How long does the fight go on before everybody else at the wedding is like, all right, they're going to handle it. We're just going to go dance.
Yeah, we're
going to
leave.
Right.
They just put out the flaw and I'm going over there.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, there was that.
Yeah.
There was that.
I'll pay for all this broken furniture. No, I will. And then it starts again.
Right. Hello. Hi, Stump the Chumps. Stump us with general knowledge trivia. Get in the running to see Brett Michaels at Mohegan Sun and a free car wash from Splash Car Wash. 203-882-9757. Who wants tickets to Bret Michaels?
I do.
Very easy to get them because it's not that hard to stump us.
No.
Stump the Chumps, general knowledge trivia. Get in the running to see Bret Michaels at Mohegan Sun and a free car wash from Splash Car Wash. Jeff in New Haven.
Good morning.
Hey.
Which African country has the world's smallest by land area?
One would have to wonder.
Say that.
Tiny town.
Say that again.
Which African country is the world's smallest by land area?
Smallest.
Mauritius.
Tanzania.
Right.
Dinksville.
Right.
Dinkyville.
Tinyville. Yeah.
The Seychelles.
Tinyzwana.
Seychelles pretty tiny.
It's Coldsville.
What's the answer, Jeff?
The Seychelles.
Ooh.
Wow, it just rolls the tongue, doesn't it? Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
We meant general trivia that we care about.
Dan answered it. Dan had it.
We meant general knowledge trivia.
Right. Not who cares.
Not like, you know.
Yeah. Like stuff we can use.
Geography.
Right.
Ed in East Haven.
Hey, guys. What was the first thing sold over the internet?
See, this is interesting. The first thing was sold on the
Porn? We've been asked this before.
Was it a computer?
Porn?
Oh, porn. Wow.
No, it was not porn.
Well,
Come on,
I'm
TJ.
I didn't say it. Dan did. I just repeated him.
And I repeated them.
I framed them.
Right. Let's see. Was it a computer? Dude, you're getting a deal.
What'd you say, Ruth?
Maybe a book.
A book.
Let's go with a book.
A book is nice.
A book.
A book.
Sting CD.
A what?
Sting CD?
Sting CD. A Sting CD. Yeah.
Wow.
Summons of Tales or something like that.
Wow. Who bought it?
Summons of Tales?
Wow.
Yeah. I actually, if you give me a second, I can pull up the article that I got.
That's okay.
Now we're good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No. That was the first sign that this was not a good place.
Right.
Listen, the problem with the category general knowledge is it could be anything. You got to do like stuff you've learned in high school.
Yeah, that would be a very small category.
Yep.
Yeah, but general knowledge, I could ask you stuff that.
Thank you.
could ask
You're
me
in the
stuff-
running. Denise and Aunt Sonia.
Hi.
Yes.
Who was the first female self-made millionaire in America in the Guinness Book of Records?
Oh, was she?
The first self-made millionaire.
Can you give us a decade?
Female.
I'm thinking 30s, 40s.
Was it Susan Powder? Stop the insanity.
I don't have a decade.
No.
You don't have a decade?
No.
Millionaire, not billionaire.
Oh, millionaire. Huh. Millionaire.
Millionaire.
Is it a rock star?
What about that lady who did the makeup?
Oh, Maybelline?
No.
Max Factor?
No, what's the other one?
Estee Lauder?
No, that was
Bobby
like
Brown.
No, the one that would buy you a pink Cadillac if you did well.
Oh,
Mary Kay.
Mary Kay.
Yeah, there was probably other millionaires before her.
Right. But self.
Well, Betsy Ross didn't make anything off of that flag,
No,
right?
she did not. No. No, she should have.
Merchandise.
It's all about the merchandising. Maybe Betty Crocker.
That's our answer, Betty Crocker.
That's your answer?
Yes.
Okay. It was cosmetics, but it wasn't Mary Kay. It was Madam C.J. Walker.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Very good.
I think about it all the time.
We don't know what decade?
It doesn't give me a decade. You know, I
Okay.
Googled it.
All right. All right. Denise, you're in the running for Bret Michaels tickets. Thank you. Joe and Aunt Sonia, what's your question?
My question is, what makes hot air balloons rise?
The expansion of the air from the heat. The molecule, like when you heat something up, the molecules spread and become lighter.
That's what I got.
Are you looking for that or for the particular gas?
I was going to say dirty pictures.
Well, it's air.
No. Why do hot air balloons rise? Just a typical hot air balloon.
Okay.
Hot air
Kinda just
rises.
Explain the whole process.
What makes a hot air balloon rise?
Hot air rises.
Okay. What keeps AJ down?
Goodbye.
What?
The man.
Did your mom have any children?
Right. That lived. Scott. Scott the garbage man, who's in the process of
Coming to
picking
a
up a
halt.
load.
Downshifting.
Yeah. Hey, Scott.
Hey, from an NFL game, from 0 to 50, what's the only score you'll never see on a scoreboard?
1-0.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you.
Phil.
Tommy on the road.
Hey, got a good question. What is the only U.S. quarter that has a king present on it that is not related to the United States till after?
What are these questions?
My brain hurts.
It sounds like a word scramble. Right. All right, so it's
What's the only quarter that's got a king on it? How's that?
There we go. A U.S. quarter?
Yeah, a United States quarter.
That has
a king on
Not
it.
a United States king.
Wow. Neat.
The United States king.
Not a United States king.
The United States
king
quarter.
on the quarter.
King is on the quarter.
Yeah.
It's not a king from the United States.
And you want the name of the king?
No, he said, what's the only quarter? He said the
What's
quarter.
only quarter? Is it when they did the states?
It's
like
got to be
the-
when they did the states.
So
You could give me the king's name.
Was it the Burger King?
Elvis?
The Burger King.
Elvis is great.
Elvis.
I'm going to go a
You
little
know
bit
what?
more
I'm gonna
modern,
actually
like
take
Michael
Elvis and
Jackson. All
lose.
right, what's the answer, Tommy? Smartass.
King Kamehameha, Hawaii.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
He
That makes
actually
sense.
exists?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, thank you, Tommy.
Who knew? Wow.
Can we get some questions that might be entertaining?
Right.
Pop culture.
Ken in Oxford.
Ken Oxford.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Hey.
In a deck of cards, which king is the only king to not have a mustache?
The one from
Elvis.
Hawaii.
Right. Kamehameha. The Burger King.
That's what we know about royalty.
Boys, you got a whopper.
They need to bring that commercial back
He's got a
because he
whopper.
was so freaking creepy.
Yep. I want the cartoon version.
Why
It's
didn't they
fun.
put him in a? Has he been in a horror movie? The Burger King.
Right.
Should be.
He should be.
Should be.
What was the question?
He fillet of fish. What was it?
With in the deck of cards, the king that doesn't have a beard.
Right. No, it doesn't have a mustache.
Mustache.
Oh, mustache.
Doesn't have a mustache.
It has a name?
I think it's hearts, isn't it?
It's the spades. The king of spades.
I thought clubs, but I have no idea. I'm just guessing. We got a one
All
in
right,
four
Ken,
shot.
what is it?
King of Hearts.
King of Hearts.
All right.
Oh.
Well, you didn't say anything when Ruth said
Yeah.
the answer.
Seems like the most obvious one to have a mustache would be the King of Hearts.
I would think they'd swoon. Okay, then.
Okay.
Thanks, Ken.
Thank you.
Alan.
Hello.
Hey, you're calling from Colorado?
Nice.
Yeah, I just moved out here a month ago. I lived in Hartford for 12 years.
How do you like it?
I love it out here. That's why I moved back.
Really?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Quiet.
Good for you.
How long were you in Connecticut?
12 years.
Oh,
Okay.
did 12 years.
So,
Yeah. So
no pizza.
what highway do you take out of Denver to get to Tiny Town?
I hate you.
Did the tiny
That's not general knowledge.
It's
Is
Tiny
Tiny
Town.
Town a real place?
It's Tiny Town.
It is if you live in Colorado.
No, Tiny Town.
Is that where the Munchkins live?
Well. All right, it's cold outside.
What-
Right now, it's all
what-
Tiny
what-
Town.
A lollipop killed.
Well, which highway do you take?
I don't even know
We
a
don't
number to
know.
guess.
No
I know
idea.
A highway in Colorado.
64. I don't know.
What's the answer?
Highway 285. I
Ah.
actually happen to live like 10 miles from Tiny Town.
Gotcha. Sound pretty proud of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't go around bragging about it. All right, you're in the running.
There you
Thank
go,
you,
sir.
sir. Thanks for still listening.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for calling Chaz and AJ in the morning. 99.1 PLR. Final thoughts, AJ.
Thanks for loving. Thank God the wind died down.
Dan Brown.
Don't threaten to sell your kids to the gypsies. Or the
Really?
They'll grow up all squatchy like me. And and check me out at the Dexter's Tunes, Tales, and Ales in East Hampton, Connecticut on February 8th.
Nice.
How close is that to Tiny Town?
I think it's right off exit 2.
Which highway do we take?
Or other.
Ruth.
Wow. She concurs.
Phil.
Is there a prop bet for if like a cat shows up on the field during the Super Bowl?
That'd be cool.
I'd take that one.
Chaz and AJ.
Hey, I just remembered my stripper stage name. They call me the Sasquatch with a hernia. Anyways,
Nice.
hi, Ruth.
That's a very visual.
Hi, Al.
Chaz and AJ.
Baked potatoes.
Shut up!
Potatoes.
Chaz and AJ.
Has anybody seen your sister's ass?
Not lately.
Your sister's ass!
Chaz and AJ.
I can't wait till next Friday. Hey, Phil, what are my numbers? Hi, Ruth.
We didn't fill the board yet, Al.
Chaz and AJ.
If you got a problem with Canada Gooses, you got a problem with me, and I suggest you let that one marinate.
I'm coming after you!
Chaz and AJ.
They can have my Super Bowl square after they pry it from my cold, dead hands.
Nice.
The governor's in a good mood. Chaz and AJ.
Prayers going out to everybody affected in the D.C. crash.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Chaz and AJ.
Sasquatch is real. I saw him fight the Bionic Man on TV.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's when it got nutty. They had the bionic dogs.
Yep.
With German Shepherd.
Yep. Crown Trouble.
Chaz and AJ. Chaz and AJ.
Penis and vagina.
Is this bananas?
Chaz and AJ.
No knock.
I was wondering if you were planning on running for governor.